Buenas tardes, señoras y señores, sus amigos, los Calentanos Podcast. Señores, saludazos cordiales nuevamente. Un episodio más en este año 2022. Aquí tenemos a mi compa.
What's up, guys? Piggy. Alias, el Edgar.
Misael, Arroyo para servirles, puro guerrero.
Su compa Celso, ya se la saben.
Tino, Figueroa, por ahí saludo para toda la gente que nos acompaña, nuevas subscribers ahí que le dieron like a la página este año 2022. We got a lot of new things coming up, right?
Claro que sí. Saludo para la persona que se ganó la gift card de ¿cuánto? ¿De $1,000?
$1,000, compadre, por ahí. Se llevó sus regalos de Navidad free of
claro
charge.
Que sí. Compa Edwin Segura, el aplauso.
Yeah. Vamos a estar rifando a Piggy for Valentine's.
También, ya. Es que no quiere salir el güey.
Claro que sí, bueno, saludados cordiales. Esta noche tenemos un invitado especial directamente de Michoacán a Chicago. ¿Cómo lo ven, señores y señores? Él es nuestro amigo Francisco Aguilar, alias el Cisco. Un aplauso. Compa Cisco, ahora sí, dele cuerda. ¿Cómo anda?
Muy bien. Gracias por la invitación. I'm a big fan, so I'm really happy to be here, man. Pretty excited about it. Ahorita
te dije que escogieras a él para que se ganara el gift card.
Me estoy chingando unas chelitas ahorita para quitarme los nervios, man, pero listo para echar chingazos.
Bueno, aquí platicando con mi compa Cisco. A ver, usted, compa Pau.
Mire, aquí el compa Cisco, musicazo de muchos años. Aquí, some of us know him longer than the others. I met him a couple of times on stage. Sí, no voy a decir que lo conozco mucho de a fondo, pero muchos años nos hemos visto, nos hemos saludado en los escenarios, hemos compartido los escenarios ahí en varios salones. Saludos para la gente de Michoacán. Ahorita me estabas diciendo de que es familiar de unos amigos que I actually know a little better, and that I'm like, damn, they're your cousins, and we actually grew up around the same area, which is even crazier, bro.
I know.
Hasta a lo mejor we party flagged each other and shit.
He's probably the one that was chasing us down North Avenue.
Hey, what was that thing you're talking about que le pegó a Pau, que le dejó doblado?
Bro, the city's gonna come after me.
What was it?
No ves que Lori vive por ahí.
He hit a barricade right there in Golden Nugget.
¿El Golden Nugget?
Lori vive por ahí.
The one that's bent over, aquí está.
Somebody tag Lori.
She's down the street too.
Logan Square.
For real. Bueno, señoras y señores, compa Cisco, a ver, ¿qué tenemos de platicar por ahí? Su música, ¿dónde creció, pues, en primer lugar? ¿Dónde creció?
Nacido y I was born and raised in Chicago, Northwest Side.
Shout out to
Ahí por la área de Calvin Park.
Cook County or Masonic? Which one were you born at?
Or St. Mary's?
No, where was I? I think Masonic, bro. You're probably right.
So it is fancy.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was
Tenía
born in Cook
seguranza.
County.
Me too, bro.
No, yeah, I was...
Big flow.
Holding it down.
Yeah,
Which
no,
was the one in Humboldt Park, though?
St. Elizabeth. Bro. You should know
No, the hidden one.
St. Elizabeth.
Isn't that the nice one on fucking
that's
Division?
Norwegian. I'm sorry,
that's
Norwegian.
Norwegian. Yeah, that's the hidden
that
one,
looks
right?
like a
Yeah.
prison.
Bro.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There is a fancy one right there.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I grew up in the northwest side of the city, man, and kind of been all over the place. Nice. I went to, like I said, I grew up right there by the Logan Square area, and I went to school by Humboldt Park también.
You went to Prosser, you said earlier,
Yeah,
right?
I went to Prosser High School.
La gente que tiene pura A.
Casi.
But you also said you almost went to Calvin Park, right?
Yeah. So
Dodged the bullet there.
I grew up in that time frame donde like the schools were overpopulated.
Right.
So when instead of them sending me to the local school, me mandaron pa Humboldt Park.
So you just got lucky.
I used to get bused out there. So pues going to school out there in Humboldt Park. The counselors weren't that good, man. So I almost ended up going to Calvin Park, pero I was at Prosser, bro. I did my 4 years in Prosser, man, and then moved on.
One of the few to get accepted to Prosser. That's like Harvard for Chicago.
Back then.
If you didn't go to Lane Tech, you go to Prosser.
Yeah.
Ain't that, Ivy League, man.
Yeah, so my brothers, actually one of them graduated from Schurz and the other one went to Steinmetz. Yes, and then Prosser was a vocational school.
Sorry for that.
So I used to... Yeah, I did a wood shop because Prosser was a vocational school back then.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Man, that's badass.
Actually, Prosser is actually doing good things, bro. I still like look them up, and they actually have a very good union program. It's from the IBEW. I recommend all the kids to actually join it. is, not all of us are designated to go to school, not all of us go to school. Some of us are actually better with our hands on, not like el primo que es de oficina, pues.
Es que yo puros manicures, No me gusta ensuciarme.
All them paper cuts.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the things that I really liked about that school, that it had a lot of the vocational programs, and I was one of the only male students taking typing classes back then.
Oh, nice.
And back then they had the old school typewriters, where you had to like type and move that shit over, and then take the white out.
So no wonder you're a good ass bass player.
Magic fingers.
That was good practice.
Yeah, so I actually learned how to type. I'm not one of those one finger typers.
Also, you're actually good.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
I can type pretty
I'm
good,
one
man.
finger,
Yeah.
Man, that's like a lot. That's like a lost art, man.
But
It is, yeah.
For the kids that are from 1995 and up, what's a typewriter, bro?
It's
We gotta put a
it's
picture.
like the previous
It's a
version of
typewriter.
text messaging.
Edgar is like, he's still thinking out what the hell it is, No, but
He wants to pretend he knows.
Back in the day, I remember they used to test you on how many words you could type per second and shit.
Remember those?
I never did that shit.
I did.
Yeah, we used to have to get tested on that, man.
You had to.
Yeah.
You had to have some type
You know-
of standard.
Yo nomás jugaba Oregon Trail, me valía madre todo lo demás. Fucking, that's all I did. I ain't caring about
Luego
no
se le
damn.
moría el burro.
Ok, mi compa Cisco. Entonces, y ahorita sé que anda tocando. You're a bass player. You're a beast-ass bass player because I've seen you for years now. Nos hemos visto, como dice mi compa Fao, en escenarios. And obviously, eres primo de un amigo mío, which is Abel. And Abel cuenta muchas cosas de ti. And he's like, no, que mi cousin. I'm like, who the fuck is your cousin? Y ya, pues, finally he introduced us. I was like, oh, shit. Y ya, pues, agarramos una pequeña amistad. ¿Con quién andas ahorita, bro?
Ahorita andamos jalando con De Corazón Norteño, man. Llevamos fuck, bro. Ya hacemos 4 or 5 years now.
Oh,
Ya tenemos
Shout out
buen
to
rato
Jairo.
dándole, man. Yeah, shout out to the guys, J, man, que we're opening the season tomorrow. Tomorrow is our first practice session.
Hell
Ya
yeah.
norteño start early, bro.
Yeah.
No offense. Porque todos los banderos empezamos como ya late February, March. Like, we're starting to February 12, but ahorita veo que todos los norteños ya andan en chinga and shit. Como que ya le tenían ansia.
We broke.
Not us,
Yeah,
bro.
they're trying to
not
get that
us,
Christmas
man.
money back.
Yeah. No, y fíjate, pues, like, entre los músicos, like, tenemos las temporadas and we have the seasons, y normalmente, like, we usually take the winters off and then kick it back off, like, in mid-January, early February. This year, we actually stopped playing a lot earlier. I think, like, mid-October, we stopped playing.
Damn,
So
you guys
ahorita
really
ya
took- you guys really
tenemos
took a
buen rato,
vacation.
man. Yeah. Ya andaba preocupado que se
Con razón te miras bien fresh.
Yeah,
Listo para
no,
regresar.
ya con un chingo de ganas.
you or what?
Por eso ando en este promo tour, so we can get some gigs out there.
Yeah.
Send a shout out to your bandmates, bro. Ahí de corazón. norteño
Yeah,
por ahí.
no, un saludo para todos los gallos que ahorita andan ya listos para darle, bro. We got Lupe, el vocalista, que también es de Michoacán, de Huetamo,
Man.
Hell yeah.
de Tierra Caliente,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, he's badass, bro. I heard him.
Yeah, we got Jairo on the drums too. Shout out to him, bro.
Fucking
That's
beast, too.
también de Michoacán. So we got a lot of Michigan State representatives,
Nice.
bro.
Hey, that's badass.
Yeah.
We're sticking out.
I don't know what part of Michoacán you're from, bro.
Yo soy de Tiquichó, Michoacán. So it's
Tiquichó?
like, yeah. So we're like, el rancho de nosotros se llama San Pedro, and it's right before you get to Tierra Caliente. So we're actually up in the mountains, bro.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
We play a lot for the people de un pueblo que se llama Charanásico, right? So these people are badass, bro. I don't know if you guys do the same thing where you guys wear like the guarachita suits, and then you guys have like those parties where you grab each other from the arm, and then you guys are spinning around and shit, with the
No, we're
not there yet,
from where
bro.
we're from.
No.
The one thing that we do, we dig holes and put wooden boards on top of it,
zapatean?
and the zapatean is
Yes.
For real?
Fuck it. Zapateados. Throw a soul down right now.
All right, well,
Surprise! We have shovels and we have wood.
just a matter of...
Celso es el mejor gallo aquí de zapateo. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. Saca los guarachis.
He's gonna call his son.
Zapateado standoff.
guaraches, mijo.
Oh, yeah.
We had a drum off last time. We're gonna have a zapateado standoff.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
Yeah,
fatality.
mira.
That's one thing I was
baila así.
That's one thing I was never able to do, bro. I can't get that damn step.
Nah, me neither,
can do
man.
it?
Nah, I can't do it, bro. No.
Have you
tried,
gone to
bro.
Mexico like to?
Yeah, dude. It's been a while, man. So the last time I was there was, oh man, I want to say like maybe back in like, well, the last time that it's the largest gap that I had was from like 2002, and then I went back like 2018.
Yeah.
Yes, just going back, like, obviously being in the music, man, is hard, right? Especially with all those compromisos and everything like that. And then you got like, you got the vacations kind of trying to stay, in the States. Y luego pues también ahí en Michoacán está cabrón, bro. Especially like where we're from.
It's hot out there.
Yeah, we're like in the region of the area that does get a little hot, or pues uno que no sabe, you know what I mean? Like de yo ir al rancho solo, it's difficult. Pero yo me le pego a mi papá or somebody that kind of knows the ropes. I got a lot of family down there que también son músicos. I got a badass band that my cousin playing with that I got to put you guys on.
I actually see your videos on Facebook, bro, que like you guys jam out cuando llegan allá.
Oh, yeah.
Was it your cousins?
Yeah, tengo un primo en Michoacán, un saludo para el primo Irra que toca con banda Primos. De Tierra Caliente, those guys are badass, man. So anyway, every time when I go visit down there, I always make sure that I'm connected with him, and say like, that way it's safe. My dad goes out there a lot. My dad's kind of semi-retired, so I want to try to get out there a little bit more, pero just the circumstances y los compromisos de aquí también está cabrón.
Right.
I saw you have like a familia también aquí, not in Chicago, but another
Yeah. So I got un tío padre, my dad's brother, que tienen un grupo ahí en Houston. And it's actually named after my cousin, Raúl Aguilar, y sus consentidos de Tierra Caliente.
Yeah, there we go.
And my cousin there, he's a beast, man. And he's been recruited actually by some of the La Dinastías is recruited him. Wow. Like he's actually gone on the road and helped some pretty big groups out there.
Your girl cousins también cantan.
También, yeah. So she's only like 13, 14. And he's like 15, 16, so he's really, really young, and he's one of the best like tuberos, like keyboardist. He's like all-around musician.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Musicianship in your blood.
Yeah, man, I got
even Abel, pinche musical.
Oh yeah, man, his
brother también.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro,
his mom's family actually vienen de muy buenos músicos también allá en Mexico that I've got an opportunity to meet. Yeah, I got one of my uncles. They remember going down there desde niño que tenían su tamborazo, los purépechas. Ahí en el rancho and stuff like that. My grandfather was a big musician too.
Purépechas is those people that wear that clothing.
Yeah, probably.
Porque el grupo de mi amigo que se llama Orgullo Purépecha.
Okay.
That's the name of the grupo. Y cantan en dialecto.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. They're gonna be here pretty soon, bro.
Yeah.
Pero mi compañero tuvo ahí una emergencia. Por ahí saludos para la gente de Charanástico, Michoacán, por ahí saludos. Por ahí los amigazos de Orgullo Purépecha, por ahí saludos. But yeah, that's their style, which is badass, bro.
The native people from the area, bro, los Purépechas. Yeah, so we've always had it in the music in the family. Pero fíjate que yo me enseñé de grande. I was pretty old, man, when I started playing.
How did you start?
When I started playing music. So I've always liked it. We've always been like around the music, with the family and stuff. My dad, one of my dad's friends, se ganó en la baraja a free guitar lesson.
Oh shit!
And he gave it to me, and it was the studio or whatever. Estaba en el México Moderno from the Ashland.
Oh, okay.
El que estaba ahí por la Ashland y la Division, por ahí, right around that area. Y me lo dio, and I was like 20, 21 at the time.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, fuck it, I'll
like
go.
Piggy's age then.
I thought you went to La Voz Hispana, bro. Remember that?
That was my first music store.
Yeah, that was my guitar center growing up,
man. For real. Everything's overpriced. The quality ain't even that good.
Those skinny ass tamboras and shit.
Oh yeah, man. So that's where I started kind of learning. I started learning how to play guitar, and then I started hanging out with some guys that I first started playing with, and then we were students de los Cazadores del Norte.
Oh,
so Manny Ayala was actually the one that really taught me how to play bajo sexto, and at the time YouTube, bro. Yeah. Like everybody was.
YouTube has opened up a lot of doors and a lot of opportunities to just do it for free.
Accordion.com or whatever that website was called. That it was like a forum back in the day. There was a accordion.com, and then there was like a chalino.com too.
I remember chalino.com. I had a profile, bro.
Yeah, me too, bro. We used to pull them bitches.
The old school people like us that had a mi gente.
This guy had a
chalino.com, a picture trail.
Yeah, it was like,
who didn't have a picture trail, bro?
I had a picture trail.
Don't act like y'all young and shit, bro.
I'm young as shit.
I had a Chalino, had a picture trail, mi gente. Then I jumped on MySpace, you know. Then
you missed the 109 punto la ley.
Oh, I used to go there and fight and argue with people, bro.
No, man, but you know what? Those type of websites actually like really put me on to a lot of people, man, and build out some good relationships.
Nice.
There's some guys out in New Jersey, Gerencia Norteña. They used to be called Furiosos Changos back in then. I met one of the guys through that website, and we've stayed in contact ever since, man.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking
Yeah,
dope.
and the guy's actually from Caracuaro también.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so it's all people just from the region out of New Jersey, man. And I've had that contact for years now, and that's how I kind of started getting into the business and learning.
Right.
We were Cazadores groupies for a long ass time, man. Long. And they played for my wedding, bro. Yeah, so I had a really good working relationship with those guys, man.
Nice. But so basically you're a late bloomer, huh?
Oh, big time.
But I think, como dice,
How old are you now? If you don't mind.
bro.
You
don't ask our guests how old are they, bro.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm
I'm actually proud of it.
He's like, I'm actually 31.
Dude, I just hit the 4th floor this past year, bro.
No way.
Yeah.
So you're Piggy's age then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be 41 in March.
Then you're fucking old.
Yeah, bro.
Piggy looks older than you, dude.
Yeah,
You my dad.
You want to be his dad?
No, he's not your dad, bro.
Where were you in 2000?
Well, that's one guy off the list. Remember, guys, we're still looking for my dad.
No, yeah, and I surprise a lot of people when I tell them how old I am. Man.
I thought you were like our age. Younger, pues. Usted se mira de 50.
Bitch, you're like 38. What the hell are you talking about?
Bitch, I'm 35.
He's older than us and he's talking
I'm 35.
shit, bro.
I'm young.
No, man, yeah,
I'm
like
not even
I grew up in the Noa Noa, OK Corral,
cuando se
Globos,
fumaba en el Noa Noa, bro.
and Mario's, yeah.
And they used to open the side door so you could get a little fresh air.
Bro, I remember that shit, bro.
You don't remember?
I remember it was so hot that the floor was slippery.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
Yeah,
They used to
yeah.
open the side door so you could go out there and get some fresh air, bro. You used to go in on
Answer was
where
inside.
you're square and shit, thinking you were cool and shit. I
As
remember the days.
a millennial, I'm appalled by this. You know, does OSHA know about these regulations back in the day? What the fuck?
Bro. That's when we were not soft. You know what I'm saying? We were not. No éramos la época de cristal.
No, we used to pay
real.
security, bro, to let us into like Noa. We used to go into Noa like when we were like 17, 18 years old. And actually, that's what put me on Norteño con Sax. Was I remember hanging out in Los Globos with con los músicos de Polo Díaz.
Oh,
So
shit.
I actually met Keith Nieto when he was a sax player for Polo Díaz, and we would just kind of hang out and party with them, man.
Damn.
And just kind of like being like a little groupie, bro. Like lo que era Polo Díaz, Cazadores, Los Canarios aquí en Chicago,
Yeah.
y Rieleros, man. Forget it, man. That's the thing that really kind of sold me on the music here locally.
So since you started, you always been a norteño con sax person, like, cause like most of us here change géneros, like we started in Tierra Caliente. Well, we started in Tecno Banda, went Tierra Caliente, and then I went the banda route, like banda sinaloense route, and these guys went the norteño route.
Yeah, no, I've always been norteño. When I first started playing, I mean, like, my music, what I like to jam out to and listen to, viene siendo como norteño, como estilo Monterrey, como Relámpagos, Cornelio Reina to me, that's my guy, bro. That is like de esas pinches rolas, man, que pa' cortarte las venas. Yeah, and then, like I said, the sax thing, bro, just kind of came along, and I've always played it, bro. The few norteño groups that I play with, I know you guys kind of know mi primo Uber from Brigada. Un saludo pa él.
La Brigada Norteña.
Yeah, we played together for a little while también, así como tipo chirrín.
Yeah.
And then that's when I went to La Voz Hispana. And I saw one of the
You
little
saw the
flyers.
commercial.
I saw no lie, I saw a little flyer que estaban buscando bajo cestero para. Yeah, I ripped out the number. I ripped out the number and I called Gerardo from Figueroa.
Yeah.
And shout out to those guys, man, and they gave me an opportunity to play with them.
Was that the first band you started playing with?
I played with a couple different bands before, but it was mostly like just startup groups. Like, yeah, we're just jam outs. We had a couple gigs here and there. I played with a couple guys que bien como estilo chirrín, man. That's ahí fue donde de veras agarré el colmillo. Y éramos como like taloneros, bro. We would just go to like house parties and just jam out, man, and just.
That's fucking
Pero
dope.
la que cayera, like, hey, you had to figure it out. I never played it before. Hey, fuck it, let's go. Like, we'll figure it out. Pero
Así se hace un buen músico, yo digo.
Pero Jilguerillos was
improvise.
to me was like one of the like that gave me the opportunity to really get into the industry and really open the doors to like get to that pro level.
How long were you with them?
Con Jilguerillos, man, les duré casi 5 años.
Nice.
Yeah, I was playing with them from like 08 to like 2013. Y shout out to all those guys, man. You know, they really taught me the business. Y and I think like looking back at it, it was a really good experience. Pero yo quería volar, man. Yo quería like, you're all hyped up and you're like a young musician. And you're like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I always had the pressure that I needed to catch up because I learned so late. And I was always kind of stacked up against like a lot of the shorties. Entonces, pues en ese tiempo, pues también yo era bien movido con el social media, con YouTube. And I was like, I wanted to do all these different things. So that's when I kind of made the decision and it kind of took a step back. And eventually, when I left Jilguerillos, kind of helped out. I played with Brigada for a little bit. No, that was after. I played with Sangre. I helped them out. Okay. I actually jammed out with Héroes for a little bit too before we started NZA. Nice. Yeah, I was NZA. Norteño was yeah.
How was that experience, man?
That's that's a different segment. No, NZA, bro. We started NZA out of my basement, bro.
Yeah.
So when I left Jilguerillos, yo ya tenía en mente hacer algo diferente. And I had Alfredo Aguilar. Un saludo para él, que I had him lined up to be our singer. And I had Millhouse, el que está con Reino ahorita.
Oh, Tony.
Yeah, Tony. I had him lined up también, y Ricky at the time.
Right. Are you talking about Alfredo, like banda raza? No, banda.
Yeah. So we
he went to shirts with us.
Yeah.
I made him musico. He looked at Wap.
Foreman, no?
He said it there. bro. Yeah, bro. Foreman, no. Shirts.
Oh,
bro.
who are we talking about? Alfredo Aguilar.
Are we talking about Nueva Raza guy?
Yeah, the singer.
Yeah, he used to play with me.
He used to play trombone.
Yeah, he used to play with me. He was my third chair. O sea, ya, fondo, güey.
He was like my third chair.
No, I actually, it's funny, bro. Talking about him, I went to his house to ask his parents para que le den permiso cantar when we were in Bandacielos.
So le fuiste a pedir la mano.
Yeah, I remember Bandacielos.
His dad said no.
No, really.
Oh, fuck.
That's where we started. Me and Miss Bandacielos, and then Miss was like, "Hey, mis
a lot of 100 pounds.
No, 200 pounds. Bro.
200 pounds ago.
And then Miss was like, "Oh, mis primos tienen un grupo. They want trombones." And ahí nos ves. We left for like 10 years there.
Yeah, so I actually met him through his sister. So me and his sister actually worked in the same in the same building, and she had mentioned that she had her brother, and that's how we met. So I had him lined up for a while, man. So I nomás lo que sí le batallé en buscar un acordeonista. And I struggled with that for a little bit.
Wasn't available or what?
No, he wasn't available. Yeah, he was already working with somebody else. Or he was kind of doing his own thing, I think, at the time. Like he had his own group already going. Yes, and then that's when Sangre gave me a call, and I played with them for a little while. Yes, and then when I got laid off from Sangre, is when I was
laid off. Did you talk to the HR department, or
we say quit? I quit.
Nah, the band they ended up taking a break for a little while, man, and that's when I met with my compadre now, Angel. And well, hey man, let's take another crack at it, and I had Ricky on standby.
Ya tenía la espinita de like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, I wanted to do something, man. And then when I had the Ortiz brothers, coincidentally, the Ortiz brothers, they had hit me up, and I'm like, all right, let's try something, man. Y fue cuando empezamos la nueva selección, and we just we used to jam out of our basement. And we tried out a bunch of different singers, man, before Fonzie came along. But Ricky, I've always had Ricky in my back pocket, man. Like I met him as a shorty. Remember how he was telling you guys the story when he was here about how he got baptized, confirmed in Primera Comunión? Yeah. That's how I met him. So I was there. No, we actually took the classes together. So that's a true story.
No shit.
The whole story with the kiddie pool? Yeah, that's a true story.
So you had to take todos los requisitos para que te casaras, ¿no?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we were taking those classes.
The iPass to get into heaven.
Yeah. Yeah. So me and my wife, we had to get confirmed. So that's when my mom had signed us up for those classes, and that I met Ricky.
What church you guys go to?
Well, my mom, we went to Santa Filomena.
Hey, right there on Catville.
That was I don't remember the Cortland.
Cortland.
Oh, it's right there by
yeah.
Fullerton, no?
Yeah. But the
Jimenez?
where we
Yeah.
took it's
like 2
it's
blocks
like in
down
the
from
back.
here.
Yeah, but like Armitage, somewhere around that area.
Grew up like a block away from there.
Yeah, so but the where we took the classes was right there by like Fullerton and Cicero. It was like one of the church que está ahí en la esquinita, like in the back. But that's how we met him. We met him as he was like a 15, 16-year-old at the time. And he would walk home because he lives right there by Fullerton and Cicero. Like ahí por la JJ Peppers, I think he's still there right now. Yeah. And we used to see him walking. So we're like, hey bro, like I'll give you a ride. Right. Yeah, he flew. That's how I met him. Yeah, and then I ran back into him when I was playing with Hilierillos. And he showed up to the practice one day.
Don't give strangers rides.
I was about to say, that's a little
You'll regret it.
Getting out of church, oh man, hey, you want to ride?
And he had a beard already, so you're like, hey,
He did not have a beard back then, bro. Yeah, no, he didn't. Estaba bien morrido, te digo. Yeah, now that you mention it, it does sound creepy.
Get out of church, hey, let me give you a ride. Okay.
hey there, bud.
Yeah. No, man. So yeah, me and Ricky, man, we go way back, man. He's a real good friend of ours. He's a friend of the family, man. I still take my kids.
You guys gotta build a good relationship.
Oh
right?
yeah. So he was like the first guy that I thought about, like when we were putting that group together. You know, and then like I said, we tried out a couple different singers before. You know, I know he had mentioned it that Teddy and Andres Blas, you know, they had come through and they had brought Fonzie along, and you know we gave him a shot, man, and we thought that. At the time, you know, he had a really distinct voice.
Yeah, he did.
Que de veras to me it was something a little different.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, you know, I think that with the swag that we had with the group, man, we could really do
something. Dude, you guys
there.
stuck out with that swag you guys had. It stuck out nasty. Like luego que salieron, I remember, salió la nueva selección and you guys hit.
Yeah.
And then después los agarró Montes, and then with the whole Norteño Sierra Azul, you guys even like hit harder. So and then you started recording, bro. It was nonstop hits.
No, it was good, man. It was a good time, man. You know, reflecting back on it, como que sí todo fue muy rápido.
Yeah.
Right?
But it was beautiful. It looked beautiful to me. I was
awesome.
like, man, these guys, hell yeah. Le están echando chingazos, le está se ve el producto que están invirtiendo, you know? So I was like,
big time.
Hell yeah.
Le pusieron empeño, como se dice.
Yeah, pues sí.
Bro, honestly, like you guys are like the only band I would actually stay at Gusanito back in the day, 64, to actually like watch you guys, you know, like there's not a lot of bands that I actually stay in, you know, get in trouble y que me regaña la señora por...
Yo también me iba después de las tocadas todo pedo y me decía, hey, I would just show up and be like, I want to see them.
And we would just try different things, man. And I think como todavía con los chavos que estamos trabajando ahorita is like, I would say that I'm not the best musician, right? And recognize que you know, we're good musicians. But when you get us on stage, we got that swag, man,
right.
And we got that chemistry that really showed in the people. Like,
right.
but this cabrón is he, like, you know, and like, you know, we kind of played it up a little bit, you know, and we had the, you know, like the hey, we didn't give a shit. We like to party, man.
Fucking clout, and then the image, like you guys were.
Yeah, it was image was everything, man.
Yeah, and we felt, you know, and behind the scenes, you know, things like really worked out well. But yeah, once we started kind of getting to that next level or wanting to get into that next level, yeah, that put too much pressure on me. You know, like in my professional career, in my personal life, that's when I was like, man, it's coming. Yeah.
It comes to a time when you got to decide, like, this is getting serious, but I also have a serious life.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, you know, being a musician will only take you so far, you know, but like having a career where you have to support your family, that's another level type of thing también. So you gotta, basically look at it both ways and be like,
Los piles no paran.
Yeah, no.
No, and the road life is fun. You know, you get a lot of memories out of it,
yeah.
But it's taxing, bro. It's hard. It's hard to be out there on the road. Yeah. Man.
I mean, being in the vans with all these guys and shit.
Musty as fuck.
And then waiting in the hotel hasta que vayas a las entrevistas y que esta vez por la puerta y no hubo. Y you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think
it's hard.
It gets harder, especially like, you know, that we got, you know, we were working with Jose Luis Terrazas at the time, and you know, there was like, hey, this is the way that we want to kind of manage the group going forward. And for me personally, I felt like it was kind of changing a little bit of the direction that we were going into, and on the business aspect of it. But también I had to kind of weigh my decisions, man.
Right.
You know, so that's when I made the decision to kind of take a step back for a little bit.
Right.
Yes, from there, you know, just kind of hung out for a little bit, man. I played with Brigada for a little while, helped them out, and just kind of laid low and did my thing. And then when the guys became available, you know, hey man, let's run it back.
Yeah.
Yes, now we've been working con de Corazón Norteño for a few years now, bro, and still kind of doing what we like to do.
Hell yeah.
Kind of keeping things more locally, man. Aquí más tranquilo.
Right.
I think that we are very guardamos la agenda y el calendario to have a really good balance with the work, the life, and the music stuff, man. And I think it's turned out pretty good.
Yeah, doing things that way, yo digo que sí, balanceando bien. ¿Qué, Misa? ¿Qué?
No, I was gonna say that's a good point because you know when you work together and you could play around with the calendar and say, hey, I'm gonna be off this day. No agarren tocadas.
And yo like so right now like si yo tengo like no importa quién sea el músico, right? Si sea el vocalista o sea el drummer, if he's not available, like I'm not gonna look to get work. Right. I'm not gonna be asking people around to fill in. Yeah, cualquier cosa like, hey bro, tenemos un compromiso, maybe, right? Pero if somebody locks that date down, like, hey, we'll take the weekend off, man. It's cool. Yeah.
I think that works out way better just because, igual, like you say, you gotta have a balance. So there's respect to the musicians that always want to stay working. Like, nah, fuck, I like having a weekend off, just cooling it. Like,
that's why you have winter, bro. Fucking work.
Nah.
But I think the most important thing is, I mean, we don't live out of music, Yeah. Like you said earlier, I think we each
He's
have
paying the mamalona cut.
Yeah. Well, Piggy, he has to pay the mamalona.
Yeah, no, typically we
Oh, he just got a. What did you get anyway?
You got a 2023 electrical Silverado.
Electrical Silverado, motherfucker.
A Tonka
Ahora sí
truck,
tiene que ir a trabajar el güey. Anyway.
No, but yeah, like I said, like we like sí guardamos muy bien el calendario, man. And typically in the wintertime, like I said, we shut it down. This time around, we did it a little bit early. I had gotten like surgery, so I figured, hey, man, you know what? Like instead of like again getting somebody to come fill me in, like, hey, bro, let's just take some time off. Right. Y ahorita ya andamos desesperados, man, to kind of get back in it, man. Y go back. Yeah, bro.
I've been off for like 2 months, and I'm like, fuck, I want to get back on it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's a restaurant looking for a karaoke guy.
No, but it's badass, bro, that you guys actually respect each other's time, and si alguien tiene un compromiso con la familia, pues you guys, all agree and take that time off. That's actually pretty badass. I think like that you kind of keep your musicians happy, porque como dice usted, like no todo el tiempo uno va a vivir de esto, y pues you guys make it more like a hobby instead of a demanding job. That's badass, bro.
And there's nothing wrong with that, man. I know that sometimes it's not good to say that it's a hobby, right? Oh, okay, I just do it like whenever I can. Nah, man, también con un hobby, uno también
it's a paid hobby.
But used to give it 100%, bro, and right. It's a passion. Pero también, pues ya, we're older musicians, bro. Ya somos músicos con colmillo, and we kind of know that. Ya
saborearon lo que viene siendo el éxito.
Yeah,
so now you're like,
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Okay. Let me lay back. And,
y luego también was I recognize that I got kids. I got 2 boys that I want to be close to.
Them, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hey, I'm here.
No, allá andan. Yeah, I got 2 boys, man. A 14 and a 15-year-old.
Ya van a ser músicos, ¿eh?
Le están echando ganas, man.
I see your Facebook story. That's funny.
Yeah, so I got them. They started with the school band. One of them plays the trumpet, and the other one plays the baritone.
Hey, that's what I mean. We also started. I started with the baritone.
Yeah, he played baritone. I played trumpet.
Shit, yeah,
it's a baritone.
Yeah,
it's like it's una small tuba, but it's not. It sounds like a trombone pretty much, the válvulas. And then pretty much, if you want to play trombone, the válvulas and banda, play a baritone, because that's pretty much the same shit.
Yeah.
So if you want to become a trombonero and you're in high school, toca un baritone. And then if you want to get a little more no ciencia, like the sense of it, play a trombone de vara, so you could get them tonos in your ear, like you're able to tell where the notes are in the trombone, because you got steps on it. So then you got to use your ear a little more, so that just brightens you up. Yeah, that's the path I took.
Now with the baritone too, like nobody chooses the baritone. I was even like, why the hell did you choose this? Pero they get so much more attention from the teachers because there's not a lot of kids that choose that type of instrument. Y le siguieron, like right now, both of them, I got them both in jazz band right now.
Nice.
Y the older one, a todo le pica al sax, al bajo sexto, al bass. So he plays a little bit of everything, and I think
he played with you guys, no? Una canción se toca.
Yeah. So I actually had him start working with us like late fall. Es que, pues, you know how it is, man. When you're playing with the group, siempre hace falta quien te ayude. Yeah. And then as you get older, like, like when we were in our 20s, we were in NZ8, nos sobraba quien nos acompañara. You know what I'm saying?
Ahora ya no quieren
Like
acompañar a los
stab.
viejitos.
Nah, ¿qué chingados quiere? So now I gotta pay my kid to come with me.
No, but that's badass, bro. That must be every musical dad's dream, bro. That, you know, have your kid looking at you and playing with you. Like I think that's every, like, aunque uno le dice, no, I don't want my kid que pase por esas desveladas or like these late night gigs.
It still feels good.
I think it still
Yeah.
feels good when you see your kids there and they're badass musicians también, and they're going at it and they're following their own dreams. Sometimes maybe later on they don't want to go the same path you are. They want to become like an English singer or want to like hit up like rock or, you know, hit another type of music.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, at least they'll have the feeling of it. They'll know how it is to be in a band, you know, and what it takes to put something together, you know.
Oh yeah, and then like me, like I've never forced them to be like, hey, siéntate, let me show you this or let me show you that. Is al gusto de ellos, and then like, I'll walk in and I'll show them a scale or two, and then I'll walk right out. Así para que si les gusta, pues que le den. Yeah.
And that's pretty cool that you said that, bro. Que your kid like le pica eso el otro. Porque I remember when I was in high school, bro. Like I always would tell my band teacher like, oh, I want to play the clarinet. Or I want to play this, and be like, no, first you gotta learn it. I feel like now with YouTube, you go on there and learn how to start off with this. You know, ya tienes the feeling of how to play an instrument. You know, I feel like if you pick up another one, it'll be kind of easier just with that.
Yeah.
With the lesson online or whatever it is. You know, back in the day, like. When me and this guy went to high school, we actually used to pay a private teacher to give us lessons after school.
We had a private teacher. También usábamos los libros, güey. Unos, like a book. Like there was like little songs to play.
Like you learn your chromatics, your scales, and all that shit through there.
Yeah.
But that was after, like if you wanted to like become first chair, because that was like always the goal. Like you had to go like, you know, take that extra step and shit, and then, you know, thanks to our parents that were able to provide us those lessons, because, you know, back in those days they weren't cheap, and
there was no YouTube back then.
No,
No había YouTube.
Yeah.
Nomás estaba
You just
Juan
had
Contreras.
the encyclopedias and shit. Right? That's it.
Yeah, because I started playing trumpet.
I had
at
half
fifth grade
of it.
también.
Yeah.
Like I was 15, I was playing trumpet all the way from fifth grade all the way to senior year. I played, you know, trumpet, marching band, and all that. Todo ese pedo.
No,
So it was fun.
Yeah, they're both coming along pretty good, man. Pero ahorita como que ya me está queriendo rebasar el cabrón. Like I was showing them one
Move to
song.
the side, old man.
El taxista. We were like, he was jamming on el taxista, and I'm like, no,
yeah.
pues quédate ahí en segunda. And he's like, como he would hear it. But I don't know what key was like, en qué cambio era or whatever. But I noticed that he would pick up on it. And now I think for next year, I think he's kind of taking he's gonna be taking music theory. I'm like, no, ya. Ahí
te chingó.
ya me chingó, man. Like I can do none of that. Yeah. No, but I said like you know, man,
They're boring,
the
to be
music. You know, even my wife. You know, my wife's always kind of has had a very eclectic taste in music and listened to whatever. And you know, we just don't listen to one type of music at the house. We listen to a lot of different types.
I don't listen to music, bro. I don't listen to it.
Really?
No. I listen to talk radio all day and podcasts. I don't listen to music at all. Even my wife says I'm boring. It's because I feel like I get enough of it on the weekend, or where on the week I just want to be relaxing. Whatever music I listen to, whatever my kids put, and they usually listen to kids stuff. They're only, my oldest is only 6, so I'm only hearing Coco Melon and Blippy songs. That's about it. But yeah, like during the week I hear no music. Like even luego me regaña que he's like, man, what the fuck are you listening to? It's talking.
You sound like an old man with the fucking radio and shit. Ya cámbiale esa madre, güey, no mames. So like your son, you know, I saw he was playing bass. So when did you switch over from?
So when we were putting the Corazón Norteño together, Giant Leo had called me and he's like, hey, he wanted us to kind of work together. Pero I told him, I was like, pues cómo le vamos a hacer si los dos somos bajos exteros.
Yeah.
Pero él todavía, like, you know, he's a great musician, man. Ese cabrón también te toca, like he's really good at the tuba and stuff, and so he's got a really good ear. So I told him, hey, como tú te vas enseñando el bajo sexto, stick with it. And como yo me sentí un poquito más avanzado en el bajo sexto, let me take a crack at the bass. You know, pero fue más así, más de puro.
So
like,
you just learned it out of necessity type of shit.
Let's just make it work.
I remember him and his glow in the dark strings and shit.
No, yeah, we used to have that in NZA. Yeah, they had the glow in the dark. I never had them, but yeah. Yeah, so I switched over, man. Pero it's like también te tienes que acostumbrar, que está cabrón,
what was
bro.
up with the glove though?
So let me get to that, bro, porque sí tuve unos pedos on Facebook because of that. So when
I saw the drama, but I was like, what the fuck are
Yeah.
you talking about? Leave my nigga alone.
Yeah, so when I started playing the bass, like I never played the bass before, man. Like everything I've ever played has always been with pick. So playing with the bass, nah, me salieron unas pinches empollas bien culeras, bro. Like te quemaba feo. Like, dude, I used to get like bloody hands, man. And then there was a guy that I still follow on YouTube that would wear a glove. Pero he would wear a glove because he's got some sort of like sensory thing. Que wearing the glove helps his hand stop shaking.
Nervous, like
No, he has like a but it's like a nervous system thing that he needs to have like a touch to stop his hand from shaking. So anyway, so I like, you know, I would follow him and I kind of picked up on it. Pero esa madre me ayudó un chingo, man. A lot. Especially like with some of the like the longer sets or like the 4 or 5 hour gigs. Yo no estaba acostumbrado, man. Y sí me calaba, güey. Me calaba un chingo, man. So yeah, bro. So you know, like there was some indirectas thrown at me on Facebook y les contesté. You know, like that's the thing with me, bro. Que yo no tengo, pelos en la lengua, man, para hablar.
Fucking Cisco is like, look, I use it for the bass, but let me get my OJ on real quick.
Oh yeah. And then somebody had put like, te digo como una indirecta, and you know, like, yeah, that's me. You know, I think I even changed like my profile picture to like a Michael Jackson glove or something like that. You know, like owning it, like, nah, bro, you're not gonna put me on blast like that, man. Pero yeah, bro, pero I had to kind of work my way up to it porque no tenía el callo.
I feel like it's always good to be different, bro. I mean, you're just trying to.
But he didn't do it because he
Get
wanted
the
to be
attention.
different. He just wanted
No,
to
but
I was doing it because I was a pussy.
He was bleeding. He was internally bleeding.
But like you don't use the glove no more, do you?
No. Yeah, no. Te digo que it was
Only the glove of love.
Yeah.
Well, he had too short, so clearly no.
Yeah. No, yeah. I te digo, it was just something that I was trying out, man. It was always like, you know, when you got a new toy, you always want to kind of get all the extra accessories and shit like that. And it was comfortable, you know, and it really did help, you know, get used to it. But I kind of knew that, you know, I had to kind of build up that strength porque, like, I've never been a bass player. Yo siempre he sido bajo sextero. And then, like, I've just started playing the bass about 4 or 5 years ago.
So what music you like? Let's say your pastime. What music do you like hearing?
So, like me, bro, a mí me gusta mucho lo que viene siendo norteño como estilo Monterrey, pero like a little bit of that old school. Like I don't really fuck with Ramon Ayala. Like to me, it's like mostly like Cachorros, you know, like Relámpagos,
the real hardcore shit.
Cornelio Reina.
So you're saying Ramon Ayala's overrated?
Yes.
Hey, that's a conversation I don't want to have.
Well, I'm a huge Eliseo Robles fan, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
I think everybody is in this table.
Yeah, I am.
yeah,
Except
so
for Fau.
like, yeah, so
I like
You don't
Eliseo,
listen
bro.
to music.
Yeah, I like Eliseo, but me sola dice bonita.
Oh, Lalo Mora, yeah. King right there, man.
Dilo.
Bonita.
Chulada boys, though.
yeah,
Let's keep going, nigga.
Yeah, that's just like the old school tiranos. Like I used to rock to them all the time. Yeah, like they were like Alegres de Terán, like, you know, Alegres de Michoacan también, like a lot of those old schoolers, bro, I used to listen to. Y también like I still throw down with a lot of the Terra Caliente, like Dinastía, Pajaritos, you know, like Betty y sus Canarios, like all those old school groups también.
Do you ever try playing any tuba on the keyboard?
I try to, man, but I just don't have the rhythm, bro. I can't. Like
Tiene su mañita.
Yeah. I can't do the tour, bro.
Abel's a fucking monster. Man.
Yeah, tenemos una cita pendiente, man. Hopefully he comes through with it. He wants to do a little jam out for his birthday.
For his birthday, yeah.
So I already have it on my calendar, man.
Ya lo parte yo también.
Me too, man.
Yeah, me too.
Through el año, he's like, hey, bro, you still got my date, right? I know you changed bands, but yeah, you got my date, right? I'm like, yeah, hey, bro, I got you, bro. Okay.
He hit me up. I was like, I might be with a band. He's like, this is what I'm telling you. Book it already. I'm like, all right, fuck it.
All right, let's make sure we have it. It's in April,
We're all
right?
booked up.
It's a Friday, right?
Yeah.
The 12th?
Actually, I don't have it on your. I don't know.
Wow. You guys are not booked up?
I do. I should, pues.
I have no idea.
Anyway.
Nice. But yeah, it's badass, bro. That do you ever try to jam with another type of music, like, you know, follow it with the bass? Like for me, bro, like like Bruno Mars music with the bass, some perros, bro. Like you ever try to play any other type of music other than you know the Mexican music, like norteño con sax?
Yeah, I like it. I try to as much as I can. Te digo que I don't consider myself a really good musician by any means, but I like to kind of mix it up a little bit and just kind of practice some of that stuff at home. Yeah. I like someone like that really like slow, like country type music.
Oh, okay.
¿Cómo se llama esa pinche rola? Tennessee Whiskey. Like stuff like that. I like taking out like los adornos. I like throwing out some old school bookies también to just kind of like mix it up and kind of like learn a little bit.
In NCA, you guys would always do like intros that were different. They were not your typical, you know, your typical pum 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 pum. You guys used to actually like take out some badass
Chavo
shit.
del Ocho?
Yeah, you know, that's a typical that everybody usually has. Like you know, you guys had some like some popping shit. Like you know, like this guy Ricky was saying la de
Yeah.
Like,
So you know, Ricky actually brought a lot of those ideas to the group, man. He was at the time like, you know, like you were like, man, fuck it, bro. Like, let's try it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? People don't like it, and you just move on.
Everybody used to go crazy, bro.
Yeah. We used to try to incorporate those a lot and just try different things. Like we would just look at each other like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, and I think that, you know, con NZA de veras perdimos el miedo to try out new things, man. Right. And even right now con los guys con de corazones, like we'll play a song and we won't be afraid to play it. Like we play a Bruno Mars song and we sing it in English. No shit. You know, y nos pega, you know, and that's the type of stuff that like we're willing to, hey, like what's the worst that can happen, right? People don't dance to it, right? Pero esa, like when we play that Bruno Mars song, like como una quinceañera, like, you know, people are like, holy shit, you know, and we always try to incorporate and try out those new things.
I heard it with you guys. ¿Cuál es? Speak the mic.
La que dice Just the Way You Are. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
The one that Sabache took out?
Yeah.
Bro, fucking Bruno Mars. I seen him once, bro. He's another fucking level.
I seen him twice, dude.
Bro, I was like, why are these little girls here?
Yeah.
I was fucking going crazy with them little girls at the fucking concert. I was like, oh my god.
Or like right now, like como, especially like I like playing in some of the privadas where people really don't know us from like the baile scene and stuff, and you throw out some of them songs that they've never heard before, and like, holy shit, you guys are playing that song. El Taxista was a cover that we did that has been huge for us, you know, like as far as like getting us work, and everywhere we play, they're like, play it. And as much as we've tried to fade it out, people always kind of ask us and always try to bring it back on. You know, and the same thing happened with us. I'm sorry, with NZA, with like Loco. It was like,
no, that's dope.
Let's just try something out.
No, that's dope. That like, you know, like we're local musicians, but we're known for specific songs. Like that's fucking dope. Like it makes you feel like you're a celebrity. Like, hey, play that fucking shit again. You know, like that's chingón. Like, you know, you have your basic repertoire, the same shit, pero there's the songs that you're known for, and you guys have your hits tras hits. That's fucking dope.
I think what I like about it too is that como ahorita está pegando mucho lo de what's that one shorty's name que
Nata?
Ed Maverick. Like everybody's covering his songs. I think you guys played una de Ed Maverick, de La Maquinaria.
Fuentes de Ortiz?
Yeah, that's so that everybody's playing those songs. So now everybody's playing Fuentes de Ortiz, and it's like, who's gonna play it best? Y a quién se le va a quedar? Yeah. And that's part of the battle that you have in the local scene when you have some of those newer songs that come out.
So what's the plans? Like, I know you're with Corazon. I mean, how long do you see yourself, you know, going?
Damn, that's a good question, man. Porque, you know, there's.
You're still young, güey. You're still young.
But relatively speaking,
compared to some band members that
after Tino just fucking called them old earlier.
Bro, compared to some band members that I got that are about 60, you're so young, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't you guys kick out a guy because he was falling asleep on stage?
Right? Bro, don't make it seem like that. He
Faustino?
No, he
I mean, not him, but the band.
He was informed that
he was promoted to customer.
yes. He was.
That was a good one.
He was informed that you know, he needed to, you know, a little time off because
we're taking that.
Hey, go home, get some sleep. We'll call you later.
Some musicians had spoken, And well, he was like Cisco said, he was promoted to customer. and one of his paisanos took his place. Wow. But no, saludos al señor. He's actually a musicazo, bro. From what I heard and
he's got more time on his hand to practice.
He's actually still playing. Actually,
He should be over there.
He's still playing. Actually, from what I heard, he was the maestro de la banda antes, like in the early '90s and 2000s. And he actually, I don't know if you guys heard of El Cougar Meso, he taught him how to sing, bro. Like he gave him the lessons, and because Cougar actually used to play charcheta.
No shit.
Which is crazy. I didn't know that. Because I always tell them like Cougar for me is the best banda singer that has came out of Chicago. Like for me, he's the best.
He has a distinct voice.
But like that's why. And but from these guys said that que el señor le enseñó a Cougar like hey, you're gonna sing like this. Aquí son los tiempos and this and that. So
Cool.
I think that's pretty cool.
But back to you. No,
Cool
story, Tino.
Yeah.
No, you know what? That's a good question, bro. Porque ahorita, pues, como músicos, man, tenemos este vicio de we like being in el ambiente, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not in el ambiente to go out there and just partying out and stuff like that. Pero it's like this thing that we have amongst musicians. We have the friendships, and we have that culture to be around each other and jam out. Y la música siempre va a estar ahí. So I can't promise to say that I want to play forever, no, but I want to continue to have these relationships, you know. Y yo admiro mucho grupos, you know, Jilguerillos, Los Héroes, Reino, you know, that have been together a very long time. And to me, like, Reino's always been a group to me that I've always admired to be like, where like they know how to have a good balance of, hey, you're in the industry for a long time, and then you could balance the music and you could balance like your private life también. So
they take long vacations también.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's for me, a goal for me is to be a good staple in the industry. Y que la gente sepa, nah, esos cabrones, you know, they've been jamming out badass for a long time. But I want to be able to tener ese comfort level to take those breaks. You know, como ahorita, you know, we took 4 months off. Y neta, you guys know how it is, man. When you take a break from a group and you get back together, you have to have that meeting. Hey, what are we gonna do?
Who's
what's
still
the
in?
goal?
Who's still out?
Who's still in? You know, what's like, you know, that initial meeting, y aclarar agendas, and then le damos. Realistically speaking, I'm not looking to get into the big leagues, right?
I don't think none of us are, bro.
No.
I think we're past that prime where we're
we
comfortable.
all did the tour life already. I think.
Yeah, and then honestly, it comes to a point where you make, you know, if it's for the money, you make more money here locally with your job in the band than being out there on the road life for a week, and you're actually making less than what you were making here, even on your regular job.
Yeah,
you know, pero
también, like, you know, like mi respetos for a lot of the young groups that are really doing it, man. And I think that Chicago has a lot of really, really good musicians that have the talent to really get up into the big leagues, man. And if you have that talent, if you have that bandwidth, and you have that drive, go for it, man.
And you have YouTube now?
Yeah. Go for it, man.
There's a lot of musicians coming out of Chicago, like buenos.
Yeah, fuck these record companies, bro.
Yeah. That's one thing, bro.
And hustle.
Never ever sell your dream. That's what I'm thinking. Like, and if you're gonna do it, make sure you read the paperwork fine, and make sure that you know you're good with it. That you're not rushing to it, because I think that's one thing that we like. Well, speaking for me and Misael, that we kind of rushed into things, and then we were stuck for a long time. And then like now, I feel like these kids now have like more of an option than that they could like throw $100 or a couple of hundreds at Facebook promotion, and then you get exposed like that. Before, we were left up to like signing our life away to somebody that's gonna supposedly give us that exposure, and then if they see you like an obstacle, or they see that you don't got it, they'll just like hold you there. You know,
it's not as open as you wanted it to be, because un promotor nomás te decía, no, pues sí te voy a prometer esto, not knowing what the promise was.
Yeah.
Ahora sí, ahora dices, no, pues there's a lot of people coming out of Facebook, coming out of YouTube, and you're like, okay, yo pegué because of YouTube, yo pegué because of Facebook, so déjale invierto más a esto.
Yeah, No, y fíjate, well, like when we were with NZA, man, like, you know, when we were working with Jose Luis Terrazas, like a lot of people were asking him for songs that we had in YouTube, local. That's how local kind of came to be, where, you know, like grabamos unas canciones y
that was all you guys, right?
Las mandábamos, and they were like, hey, we want this song, like que teníamos in YouTube. And yeah, that local was an idea. I don't remember who brought up the idea, pero Eddie, el acordeonista, él fue el que arregló toda la música.
That's pretty dope.
You know, y
and that takes talent too, bro.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of
Oh,
brain.
yeah.
You know, adornos, parones.
Oh,
Everything
yeah,
takes,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
y esfuerzo de todos. Ideas de todos también.
Yeah.
And you're there and like, hey, le quiero encajar esto. Vamos a
Oh,
tocarle.
yeah.
You know, that's work. That's
Mm-hmm.
work. And, you know, qué chingón que alguien en tu grupo tenga ese tipo de talento también para arreglar.
And I'll be honest that we caught lightning in a bottle, man.
Right.
Y luego pues ya pues con el tiempo, you know, specifically with NZA, you know, I started kind of seeing the business from behind the scenes. Y está cabrón, man. And there was a point where I was gonna leave my job, and I was talking to my wife already and be like, hey man, like, what do you think if we did this and that? You know, like, you know, take out some of the money that we had saved up, maybe start up like a little side business or whatever, man. And I'll hit the road for a while.
Right.
Pero yeah, looking back at it, man, y de veras, like weighing the options, and like you said, like, you know, you
Looking at the pros and cons.
I am the business things, man. Like, you know, like there's not many sick days when you're out on the road and stuff like that. It really running down the numbers, man. I'm like, nah, man, como que esto no me conviene a mí.
I think
Yeah.
I hit a spot, man, because a mí me pasó. I actually left my job for a band, and it was
Dumbass.
yeah, exactly. It was I want to say it was the worst mistake ever that I did, pero también me enseñó, like, you know, lessons de la vida. Like, it showed me that, you know.
And then no te quedas con la espinita también. You know, we were young, and I think you're like, fuck it, I did it. I tried it. I gave it my all. Si no sirvió, pues it wasn't meant to be. You know, también, like you know, it's not everybody makes it out there. You know, like, even if you're like the most talented person out there, sometimes you just don't get it. You know, you don't get that shot. Pero I think también, you know, when you go out there and you give it your all, you take that way, you get the, como dices tú, you make the good memories, you know, te acuerdas de las cosas que you did and you tried, and then you know you're you know, it pleases you, like you get that, you're like, fuck it, I try it, you know.
Yeah, no, if in, like, I wouldn't say that I don't regret the experience, man. I know I had a blast and I learned a lot from it. Pero again, like, I had to kind of take a step aside from myself y ver where is the group going, what type of investment do I have in the group, right. You know, because even though, like, the group started, you know, in my house, you know, started kind of recognizing when we started bringing in a bigger party and a bigger bat, like, you know, Terrazas and his company, is at the long run, like, hey, legally and all that stuff, like, what piece can I walk away with? Right. Y ahí fue donde, like, you know, I needed to take a little bit of a step back. You know, but other than that, like, I don't regret it, man. I had a great time, you know, and great experience, and I learned a lot, you know, and I owe a lot of it from the experience that I had with Jilguerillos and with NZA, you know, to run, you know, and really work with a good group of guys now and have something solid in place. How long are we going to be around? La gente lo va a decidir, right? Yeah. Pero, like, right now, like, you know, before I used to be worried, man, I mean, ¿cómo vamos a conseguir jales? Que hablándole a todos los promotores, hey, bro, like, you know, what do you got? What do you got? You know? Yeah, y eso cuesta, man. Yeah. Eso cuesta, bro.
That's
like,
work also.
Yeah, when I would come home, like, you know, from Alias, you know, Friday morning, bien pedote, I was like, honey, I was working.
For real.
Closing
business
deals.
expense.
Yeah, I was networking. Yeah, and now, like, you know, right now we're taking a step back and, like, you know what, man, like, you know, I think, Celso, you did a great job of doing it. Like, a lot of the pandemic groups, hey, man, let's just put what you got out there, and then the people will come in, the people will hire you. You know, like, really leverage social media a lot.
Yeah. Por eso digo, ahorita hay más oportunidades to, you know, to work with social media. Social media gives us that platform where we don't have to rely on somebody just to get us gigs.
Yeah, I feel like as bands, like, you know, for those that own the bands or whatever, you can have more control over your project, right? Compared to
before,
like,
you have to depend on a phone number you have to call. Now it's like, oh, Facebook, you Snapchat me or whatever. You're like, oh, yeah, I want you hired. Like, ahorita, to this day, people call me for Adrenalina gigs. I'm like, bro, I'm not even fucking on Adrenalina.
Dude, I was a huge fan of Adrenalina.
Like,
I was listening to the album during the week.
Yeah, and I was
hyping myself up for the interview.
What if they quiz me on one of these songs?
¿Cuál fue tu favorita?
Que todo está Amorcito Norteño.
Amorcito Norteño is not on there, you dick.
La
Culebra.
Yeah.
Wasn't it that?
I don't know.
I have it in one of my playlists, man.
That's dope.
It's workout song.
Yeah. Speaking of workout, I just bought a treadmill.
I remember. I remember playing. I think one of the first times that we actually met you, it was at an event right there, like on Diversity and like Kimbo or something like that.
I became a
That
fan.
fucking school.
Y los
whatever
llevé.
that-
Yeah.
Diversity and Kimbo.
Todavía los llevé como la nueva selección.
Yeah.
So I became a fan cuando luego los escuché. I was like, oh shit, I like these guys. And then Abel was like, that's my cousin. I was like, well, Rick is my boy. What the fuck?
You want to fight?
Fight about people
Yeah.
we know.
I was like, well, either way, tell your cousin that what's up. Like, we want him. Yeah, but that's when we spoke.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah.
hey, vénganse.
Yeah, luego también was that. I think I don't know if it was that same night, but I think that's when we met Gio. Y también Gio,
Yeah.
like he hired us. Porque también I don't know if it was with you or with him. Les tocamos ahí en la Grand, like
Oh,
Grand La
yeah,
Austin.
también
That was a
hicimos un
blast,
pinche
man. Because I
bailazo
showed
ahí.
up and like there was like a table on the stage. And like a whole group of guys were just chilling there drinking, and they were all my dad's work buddies. So I showed up, and they're like, "Hey!"
Yeah, bro. Nos aventamos segundo de promotores yo y Gio.
Yeah,
And then we had
I
a couple
remember
friends
that.
también de like queremos invertir con ustedes. I'm like, fuck que somos promotores, güey.
Yeah.
Dude, and again,
Let's make t-shirts.
yeah, bro, hicimos de todo, bro.
Hey,
That was a real successful night. Fucking Gio went out there, bought a BMW afterwards. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
80-something months, 28 PR.
Just enough for a down payment.
They had one of those portable AC units like in the middle of the dance floor.
Que se calentó. Dude, ya mero me lo cerraban because it was over capacity.
Yeah.
Hey, was that the night where you're gonna fight in your own baile?
No, that was another night.
That was a great, those two. I remember vividly, man, because I remember having a blast on those, man. Yeah. Pura gente del rancho.
Ya no toma.
Pero ya no tomo. Es que
He started 2022 with con el pie derecho. He said. Yeah, he's drinking.
I'm gonna take it slow this year.
He's drinking water and
Non-alcoholic.
and green juices.
So what do you do to hype yourself up before getting on stage? Because I remember hearing that you used to have a couple beers before you drank. See, I'm a fan. I actually listen. I pay attention.
It's
I've even seen you on the Guac Pod.
it's always been that, bro. Siempre yo digo que te debes de convertir en otra persona en el escenario. And to me, la pinche 2-3 cervezas, and I'm fucking somebody else. And this guy knows. He siempre decía,
Dude,
"You're not drinking today?" I'm like, I have a few.
I'm not going. I'm sorry, man.
And I'm like, why? He's like, bro, I think you make a better performance when you drink. I'm like, nah, wait, I feel like I make
I noticed when you're nervous, también, güey, you drink more. Like when you're nervous.
When I'm nervous as shit, yeah, I have to. When I started when I'm doing sax, I had to, bro, because andaba hasta temblando.
Yeah.
Right? It was a whole fucking another ball game for me. So I was like, damn, like, God.
Yeah, no, it happens, man. I still get nervous, you know. Really? Yeah, man. I still get, especially like in some of the bigger stages. Or también like siempre hemos tenido that there's that one fucking hall that you never have a good set in, right? It's like every time you go there, like you either too nervous, something always happens that
Which
you're just
for you right now?
not comfortable. For us, it was always I don't know, V Live, the V Live at 26.
Volcan.
Volcan.
Yeah. It was Volcan V Live.
But now the newer one is.
No, we haven't been there on the newer one. We were there like before whatever they sold it, whatever.
A lot también.
Yeah, but every time we would go there, man, something would always like throw us off, man. It was always something. Another one too que I've never really been comfortable in has always been Mansion.
Really?
Yeah, but Mansion for us is more like the experience, and I said it before, like in a different podcast. Los promotores siempre toda madre con nosotros.
Yeah.
The location, the security, like the employees there, son como they just give you a bad vibe, and you just feel like the help.
No way.
Like, yeah, I've just never been comfortable on stage, or I kind of do get a little bit nervous. Now, there's been other spots like 64, Marielas or Ella's, where like that's home fields for us.
Yeah.
Pero nos ponemos hasta la madre, güey, and I think that's one thing que también reconocemos that like, man, like sometimes we get a little too fucked up. Yeah. Or you're strolling through the songs, una canción bien sencillita, you get the look. You guys know the look, like, hey, you fucked up, like. Yeah, man. So sometimes it's like, you have to find.
That cost me $50.
Yeah, like for us, it was always like the partying, like the drinking and stuff that would flip the switch. and now like you said, you have to turn into a different person. And with NZA, man, or even with Hilguerillos, bro, I would always try to have that swag, because outside of the stage, like, I'm real quiet. I'm like an introvert. Yeah. No, to the point that people would think that I was an asshole, presumido, or whatever. Like, it's not that. It's just
that's
like
the reaction I always get from everybody that I first meet.
Facts.
I'm like, and then like the Piggy was one of them. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? But you're fucking too much party, bro. You party animal. You're a fucking party.
6 in the morning, my first gig, we finished. Todo pedo.
Yeah, we used to end up like so fucked up at 6 in the morning and shit. One time, like, wife no me abrió, and I ended up fucking sleeping at his house and shit. All fucked up and shit. I'm like, Piggy, you gotta take me home.
Now we've always we've always interacted on social media and said, like, what's up, like, you know, crossing paths and stuff. Y luego, ¿dónde fue where we closed the event, where I think you had gone with Brigada, no? It was like B Studio or something like.
Oh, that was in fucking Lombard.
Lombard, yeah.
Something with a B. I
I remember when I met him, I was like, bro, I thought you were taller.
B-house.
He thought he was taller, bro.
So did my girl.
Shit.
No, but man, we pounded down a few buckets that night, right? Yeah. I like, damn, pinche Piggy me salió caro.
Man,
He really is short.
Yeah, for real, we were fucking.
I think that was the first time we hung out and partied together.
Yeah, I was cooling con los de Arroyo. And then I just ended up hanging out with
Oh,
you
that's
niggas
right.
instead.
That's right. Because it was us, Mapano, Arroyero, and Brigada. They did that verses.
Yeah, fucking. Damn, we did. Fuck, we got drunk.
He's like, we got so drunk I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, and then with you guys, the más de pasada. Yeah. But I think that's the one thing I like, man, about the industry, man, that you get to know so many people, man, and you know, there's always like a reference or a hookup or like, hey, man, I know a guy. Oh, how do you know? No, pues en la pinche clica.
It's so badass, bro, that también, you know, in the industry of la music, like, you see so many people like their beginnings and then where they're at now, and you're like, man, it's a chavo si le echaron un chingo de ganas, and you kind of feel proud, you know, seeing that growth in people, you know, and then you meet a lot of people, and then you see people like change styles, and then you're like, crap, you know, or you see them in this band, that band, and you see them doing good in that band, like, no, ese chavo le echa un chingo de ganas, or they're really doing good things with that band, you know. I think that's one cool thing about the industry, that you meet a lot of people, and then you know, even cuando uno se ve fuera, like, oh shit, you're not only a musician, you actually do like some real work.
I was surprised. I'm like, because in my company we shop a lot in Granger.
Uh-huh.
Well, not to put it out there, but
No, that's fine.
And I think I saw you wearing a jacket on one of your videos or something, or a picture or something. I'm like, what the shit?
Yeah, like I was telling Celso that like a lot of people are like, I don't really like when it comes to like the social media like that I use, man. Like, you know, I like to put a lot of the music stuff out there, and I like I like to share a lot of the experience with my family and stuff like that. But yeah, man, like I've been working with, you know, with the company that I'm at, and have a pretty solid career, you know, like managing people, believe it or not. Nice. You know, and a lot of, like, you know, when I kind of interact with a lot of the people in the music stuff, you know, I think that's where I've used it as an advantage when it comes to like negotiating contracts, talking to people, y de veras ganándote los clientes. Yeah. Because, like, you know,
it's like customer service, you have to.
Yeah, like at first, a mí me daba pena dar precios.
Oh, me too, man.
Bro, I'll be like, man, like, you know, fucking music is expensive, you know, and a lot of people get that sticker shock. And then, like, after a while, like, pues, me vale verga. I'm like, no, pues, hay tanto si quieres, you know, no.
Quieres, you know, like, somebody else.
Yeah.
I ain't the one needing the band.
Or sometimes, like, you know,
the conversation.
Yeah, I'll pick up with some people que I can tell that they've never hired a group before. Like,
you try to help those people out.
Yeah, I do, man. Like, hey, pues, look, te conviene esto, te conviene lo otro. Here's what we charge. Ask around. And I think that one thing that's really changed back from our NZA days, you know, like we had a bad reputation about being like medios culeros with like all the other groups, or being very competitive.
Those bad boys.
It was a very competitive environment back then, bro. Y ahorita lo que me gusta que los músicos están más unidos.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the one thing that I've always tried to show love to, like, everybody. Some people may not know it, like you said, like we had that reputation of the bad boys, party animals and shit like that. But what I like about nowadays, kid, like, you know, a lot of people really show that love. And hey, if I can't make it, hey, call these guys, call them. You know, I've hit him up and say, hey, bro, like, you know, what's your rate right now? I got a couple customers that I can send your way, and that's I think for me that's really gone a long way. Y se ve more the unity than what it used to before.
And then I don't know about the norteño world, but like in the banda world, we all kind of try to keep the same prices, so you could you know, para que también like that
Regulate the industry.
Yeah, regulate the industry.
Yeah, that's good. Man.
I think
not in norteño sax, man. Nah, I don't think so.
Like last time, all the band Caimanes, those owners de las bandas, they had a meeting and they actually all talked about, hey, we're gonna charge this much.
They had like a union and shit.
Yeah,
It's like a minimum 2 hours también.
They had like a little Jimmy Hoffa.
No, bro.
What happened to Jimmy?
Like, I don't know if you guys have that in the norteño world, but like in the banda world.
We were talking about that one time. It was I was talking to Cisco y con Peter.
Oh, that's what I wanted to make you president, right?
We were talking about that. We're like, man, we should.
Who the fuck is gonna take you seriously?
No, that's why I was talking to them because they're bigger, you know. Like Peter's a tall ass dude, you know.
Hey, I'm just bigger sideways.
Hey, I'm
No,
wide,
yeah.
wide screen.
Just a little wide.
No, but that's tough, man. Like, you know, you don't want to put people's business out there and stuff like that. But when it comes to the comparisons with con los otros grupos, the client, los mismos clientes te dicen. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? Here's our price. And to me, like, I want to try to keep it reasonable. Porque I do it to have fun, you know, to invertirle al grupo the best I can. And to be quite honest, make it a little bit affordable.
Right.
Like, nosotros, like, yo nunca me acostumbraba a los trajes, right? When you guys, you know, the NZA days, towards the end of it, we kind of needed it porque outside of the Chicagoland area, like, la gente está bien paisa, man. Like, you know, they no, man, están bien pinches indios, bro. Mis respetos. Call us for any bookings. Phone numbers right here. You know, and honestly,
I
like
that in the most respectful way possible.
Yeah, you get a discount if you're from the area code 872. Pero para cobrar, para meterle como ese vestuario o esa imagen al grupo, man, like, you know, hey, man, we're not really about that. That's not our image. Like, we're more like laid back, we're more chill. You know, I'm not gonna pass that on to the customer.
The buffalo trajes are coming back, man.
Yeah, I do like the las barbitas, bro. Like, I'm gangster when it comes to that.
Hey,
shit,
shout out
bro.
to
Like,
compa Ray. He's bringing
dude,
back
Ray is my idol.
He's bringing back the
Dude,
70 looks, man.
If Ray was ever to open up a boutique, sign me up.
Hey, if you need a model, Ray, hit me up.
Yeah,
you're
you need
saying
plus
about the
size models, I
barbitas,
got you, man.
I just saw La Banda Recodo live video and they had the old school.
It's coming back.
Preciado
It's coming back, man. It's
suits.
coming
I'm like,
back.
Fucking the old school Conjunto Primavera, like now, like they don't look cowboyish.
They don't wear
Yeah.
some.
No, they don't. Like they don't look
bananas.
cowboys. They look like they're all going to, you know, a business meeting, but they're old school shit. Pinchy white leather saco.
Yeah,
with those
dude.
garritas
Yeah,
on it.
I'm waiting for the vest with no shirt to come back.
Lisa wants assless chaps. Lisa wants assless chaps.
Two of the ideas that I've always wanted to kind of to try out, just something like out of the box. I've always wanted to do like a little hip hop cumbia with norteño sax. Like have like a little like a Spanish rapper in between.
He rapped. Man?
Yes, something like
song?
that, man.
Hey, but I saw a song that he actually rapped in, bro.
No shit. All right, I'm gonna have to holler at you, man. I actually thought about doing that. And another one is I really think that there's a way to bring quebradita songs into norteño sax.
Oh, there is.
And I've been wanting to do that for so long, man.
I miss the club days. Like, you know, whenever like this nigga used to be in the
I used to be those clubs, okay, right? Clubs.
Yeah.
No shit.
That was my shit.
Yeah.
There was times. There was times that we were playing the bailes and they just wanted to put us movidas and everybody was just dancing.
So back in the day, man, when I used to hang out with my cousins, they're all out in Houston right now. I used to be like one of the little 357 sidekicks. So yeah, bro, we used to go to like the amphitheater or what's that one place? The European Hall. What's that one place on Logan Square? El baile de. Yeah, Logan Square Theater. They used to do a baile de Guerrero all the time there. I forget which town it was at. But yeah, it was 357, Te por Ocho. Used to have all them
Damn, that's
dancing
old
crews
school
and stuff
as
like that.
fuck.
Yeah, bro.
Which
We
club
used
were
to
you
sit
in,
down with those
Piggy was
guys,
like
man.
14
Yeah.
and shit.
What club were
The
you
one
in,
I
Piggy?
started was the one that got out of 357. It was called Calibre 357.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember.
yeah. I remember
I
there was
was in
like, there was,
Leyenda, bro.
Copycats.
there was
Were you?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I was in Leyenda.
Yeah?
Club
I
Tucanes
got the
también.
moves, bro.
For real? So you know Cholo? Yeah. Oh, shit.
I went to high school with him.
Nah.
No
He
way.
was one of my best friends.
Ah, you guys are making that shit up.
Small ass world.
Somebody fact check these guys.
Stat that.
Yeah, bro. We actually did an anniversary at Logan Square Theater once.
Shit.
Yeah.
Logan Square Theater, man, that was a shit back then, man.
It was expensive, though.
That
was.
To rent out, it was expensive.
You had to take a break halfway up because it was like so
Oh,
many
yeah?
stairs all the way up.
I gigged there a couple times with all my fucking drum shit. Fuck that.
Bro, I don't know about that. Being a drummer, it kind of sucks. I'm just saying.
Not now. I bought some light hardware, so.
So you always been the manager of the bands you've been in, or
No. Like we've always like when we started la selección, like I always tried to incorporate everybody as much as we could, right? Pero como dicen, donde mandan seis, nadie manda. You know what I mean? And I know el hijo de Polo Urias, Aaron Urias, he had put something like a post about talking about how, you know, when there's a larger group of individuals running a group, it's hard because there's so much conflict. Y solamente tienes que tener una cabeza. And that's where I think that we've kind of divvied up responsibilities. Hey, tú te encargas de esto, tú te encargas de esto.
I think that's
you
the
do
best
this.
way to go because si pones a todos a hacer la misma cosa or trying to come up with some type of agreement, dude, siendo hombres, you're never gonna come up with a common ground.
Yep.
Siempre todos van a tener sus propias ideas, su propio estilo. Y es mejor dividirse en la responsabilidad.
Oh, yeah,
Tú
yeah.
de trajes, tú de agenda, tú de esto, tú del otro. Para
Yeah,
que no haya
yeah.
conflictos. Ya.
That kind of eases up the workload on everybody else.
Right. So,
Yeah, and we had that with NZA, you know, and then when it started kind of getting bigger out there, and we started kind of getting that relationship with the razas, you know, like I couldn't do my end of the deal, so that's like, you know what, Fonzie, like yo te suelto las riendas, man, you know. And then when it came to the issue about like the name of the group and stuff like that. Right. You know, that's a part of it that I didn't really feel comfortable getting involved with. So then kind of like, you know,
you started stepping back.
The management of the group started kind of falling, you know, mostly towards Fonzie at the time. Right. With this group right now, I think that we keep a good balance where I don't like to say that, hey, yo estoy encabezando el grupo or making the decision, pero I represent the group. But ultimately, you know, we make a decision as a group. You guys all work
together. Pues.
Yeah. But I understand, you know, coming from my background, que I have to make a decision for the group, pero I need to have their support in order to back me up. Right. The same way that, hey, yo tengo un director de música y él se va a encargar, and whatever he says, everybody can give ideas, but ultimately, he's the one that's going to make that call. Yeah. So that way you have those responsibilities.
That's a good way to do it, bro.
And then you have to kind of recognize that, you know, like Leo has a lot of relationships in the industry. You know, Leo played a lot of years con Diana Reyes. He was on the road. He has contacts with a ton of musicians, and I know that, hey, he's the relationships guy. Hey, you know what? Call Rojas. Let's see what's up. You know, I'll ask him to go make that deal or make that contact. Right. You know, like right now, like we work really, really well with Marielas, with Tony. You know, yeah, un saludo para él, man, that he's really hooked us up with our anniversary and stuff like that. And I know that Giant's got that relationship. Hey, man, handle it. Right. You know, and then we'll come in afterwards or behind and kind of negotiate, you know, whatever that event's going to look like and stuff. So I think that we have a good way of...
That's pretty good, man.
...of having different ownerships.
I think coming from, like, my past experiences, bro, in the bands that I've been in, I think everybody has that where they divide the workload. Like, one guy's in charge of... los contratos and the calls, and one guy is in charge of the practicas, and then like yeah, everybody puts their opinions, but he'll tell you, hey, you're messing up here. or this is a song, but let's do it again. And you gotta go with what he goes, because that's the agreement when you join a band. Like, hey, en ese grupo este es el este, and we're all gonna divide this work like this.
Oh, yeah.
But at the everybody could give their opinion, but at the end of the day, whatever he says or they say kind of goes, but with everybody agreeing to it. But yeah, I think that's the best like way to work as a band, where everybody has taking part of the load, and not just on one guy's shoulders. Like one guy's social media, tocadas, like you say. Some guys have better relationships with a certain promoter, and they get that gig. Like I think that's the best way to do it. Because sometimes, también that person that's encabezando, you got a lot on your shoulders where you're taking calls, you're taking text messages, and you got a family también. You don't want to like overload that person and have them get exhausted. And then usually sometimes people that do that, they don't take a little extra. If the band gives you a little extra, that's badass. That's they're taking your job and they're taking that the esfuerzo. They're not taking it de embalde. They're actually helping you out with that too,
Yeah, nosotros like the way that we have it set up is that I have incentives for the guys. So like for example, ahorita lo que se va a cobrar nunca va a ser parejo, right? I'm not gonna give you $50 and 33 cents every time you play or whatever that difference is, and we call that the scratch. Right? So, si emparejamos todo y quedan unos 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 or whatever, whoever got the gig, you get that scratch off the top.
Oh, nice.
So that way, hey, if it's your gig, you take it. You know what I'm saying? We got that quota.
You're
They
in
said,
the conga
hey,
player?
we're gonna charge so and so, right? Porque hay meses que nos toca, güey. Like I'm just using some bullshit numbers para no decir our business, but
sometimes on a bad, on a bad week we make like 1,500.
Be like, hey Piggy, you got change for a 10? Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Divimos parejo, and we got the scratch at the top, man. And I don't consider the guys like business partners or employees and nothing like that. They're my brothers, man. Y ahorita el elenco que tenemos ahorita, we're real tight, man. And even during the pandemic, we stopped playing. We completely stopped playing for the pandemic, and a lot of the only events that we had in 2020 era entre nosotros. And if you go back and look at any of the videos that we put up in 2020, it was either in Giant's backyard, in Jairo's basement, in the Ortiz's backyard, and we always play for each other. So ahorita when we took the break, I was a little worried, man. Que like, man, no se me vaya a ir un músico o dos, pero you know what? Like we're tight and we like the way that we work with each other. We have our problems the same way any group has, and you have your frustrations. Pero these group of guys, bro, like they've been solid for the last 5 years, and hopefully we got a few more in us.
Man, te deseamos lo mejor, bro. And like I said, viéndolo de aquí afuera, bro, se ven que están trabajando bien. Obviously, you gave us more details.
You guys sound tight.
Yeah. Se ve bien musicalmente, bro.
The chemistry, like you can tell.
Yeah. No, but there's pressure out there. Like, don't get me wrong, man. Like, you see a lot of the groups that have come up, especially like, in the last couple of years. Right. That you're like, man, holy shit, nos estamos quedando atrás, and you want to try to keep up. Pero it's hard to kind of, hey, let's pump the brakes and let's just keep doing our thing, man.
Right. No, pues yo digo que ya, like you guys, ustedes ya están estables, you guys have your thing, have your, más que nada tiene su clientela, your clientela ya no la vas a perder, no matter what.
Except for Area 872. Hit us up.
So having that, no matter who comes, like, they got, this band viene fresh, de todos modos, they're gonna fall eventually in that category. Say, you know what? You're one of us now, so shut the fuck up.
But it's tough to kind of realize that, man, porque like when they would hit us up about like our anniversary events, y a mí me daba miedo. I'm like, ¿quién chinga? Who the fuck wants to come see us play, man? Y yo me les culiaba, bro.
You'd be surprised, like, how many
fans out there, yeah, dude. Fortunately, man, out of the I don't even know how long we've been together. 4 or 5 years. We've had 3 events. We had 3 anniversary events, and if you guys notice, we've always done them. We've done jam sessions. Right, so we've always invited other groups to play with us. The first time we did it, it was us, Reino, and Héroes. The second time around, it was Brigada, us, and Corcel. And then the plan for after the pandemic was to go with the new schoolers. So like right now, I would have loved to have had like Mapano, you know, like one of the show and the Zaza Boys. So I wanted to kind of go new school and just jam out. And I remember when we did it with the Brigada and Corcel, they were like, "What are we gonna do? Is it 2 and 2?" And I'm like, "Nah, man, let's just jam out." And they were like confused. Yeah. And that's what we did, bro. You know,
at the end of the night, all right, guys, since you didn't technically play, it was a jam session. I ain't gotta pay y'all. I see the finesse.
But that's another thing that we did too, man. Like after the first anniversary event, like we didn't want to do favor for favor. No, that's a pain in the ass, man. Because then you forget about it. Y luego te cobran like 2 years later. And you're like, I don't even know who you are.
You're with another band now. What the hell?
Yeah, that's actually what that's.
No. With this nigga.
Yeah, no. So like the last couple one were like, hey, man, you know, charge me. What luckily they kind of hooked us up a little bit, but we had some really good events there. And again, just kind of doing more of that jam session, and a lot of the new groups that are coming out, man. You know, vienen con todo, man. And sometimes you have to like, do we keep up with them or do we just keep doing our thing?
Keep doing your thing, bro. But I mean, I think that's the best suggestion I can give you, like como te digo, but looking at it from the outside, just keep doing your thing, bro. Like, para mí la música, como te digo, big fan of your singer. Big fan of the music. Your Ortiz brothers, fuck, unas pinches.
Them two alone, they're just like all you guys are a staple already.
Yeah.
Like
I gotta renegotiate their contracts.
Don't let them hear this.
Yeah, bro. So, como te digo, just keep doing what you're doing, man. And my best of luck, man.
No, I appreciate it, man.
Any future projects, like any live sessions, like you know, like Lo que está de moda, with any other bands, like or any other they're Mexican bands, pero que like bandas o
un feature,
un feature, un banda o una cierreño o you know
anything.
Any future plans?
No.
All right, next question.
To keep it simple.
No, you know what?
So to try to explain it. No,
I think
Shut the fuck up, Tino.
I think for us, you know, one of the conversations that I had with one of the guys is like, hey, let's go back to our roots, man. You know, let's go back and let's just come out like, you know, las canciones un poquito más sencillitas, you know, pura primera, segunda y tercera, you know, pero like a lot of like, hey, let's go back to like what, like, you know, what brought us into this, man. Let's go old school again. Y unas pinches rancherotas bien chingonas. As far as like features or doing anything like that, I'm still open to it. Pero the one thing that I've always told the guys that I've always wanted to walk away with is algo bien grabado. You know, at least have like a couple tracks. You know, I know Brigada just put 2 out. Yeah. You know, right now that they recorded. And I think that's something that I really want to get into, right? Pero también reconociendo that it takes a little bit of time. Yeah. Well, not a little bit, a lot. I mean, like, yeah, you know, it's expensive, man. You know, I remember like growing up and following like groups like, you know, locally, like, hey, man, ¿por qué no sacan CDs and stuff like that? It's just expensive. Yeah. You know, and then like...
It's cheaper now more than ever. Oh, but it's still expensive.
It is cheaper now because...
Because everybody got a studio.
Yeah, no, antes querías obviamente la producción del disco. Like, ahorita everything's digital.
Oh, yeah.
You just upload it and boom, let it sell itself. You know?
Yep.
Antes tienes que pagar eso, el art, obviously, para el disco. All of that adds up. I remember with the Adrenalina CD I did... Ese disco me salió como like $12,000.
God damn.
Yeah, bro.
And then you gotta do the reproductions, the physical copies and stuff like that.
I still have copies in my garage and shit.
Yeah,
just buy the 100 blank CDs and you just burn them yourself.
I got like 1,000 copies of the Frecuencia one.
No, you know what? When we did the collab ahí con DLS. You know, that was a good experience, man. Y neta, like, when it comes out, like, you know, the random playlist and stuff like that, it's badass. It's badass. Yeah. Like, when you can hear yourself, like, oh, shit, that's us. Yeah, and that's something that I am still planning on doing. Pero, like, you know...
So, ahorita con El Corazón no han grabado nada? Or?
Sí, we've recorded a couple lives. You know, we've done a lot of... we did 2 sessions of that DLS collaboration con las que te hicieron. We did a couple of those.
Okay.
And we did a live. And then last year, we worked with con Max, El Choco. Uh-huh. El Chocorreo, saludos para él. That we did a live in un rancho.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he kind of helped us like record it and mix it in the background, and we put that stuff out there.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, we want to do something like, you know, studio quality, like within the next year. Yeah. I said, like right now, like us would just, I don't want to promise over promise, and that's kind of what I've told people, man. I say, hey, man, we're just kind of getting back to just jamming out. You know, like, you know, we just want to kind of go out there and have a good time and kind of go take more of us. Let's take a step back to take 2 forward. Pero la meta que tenemos, like, you know, just right now is just, hey, let's just continue to have a good time and mix it up a little bit.
Hell yeah.
If you could play a different type of music, what would it be?
Yeah, because you've been norteño your whole life, right?
Oh, man, that's a great question.
Bali.
Beto y sus canarios.
Oh,
Do that with the
man.
banjo.
That's a great question.
Yeah,
I've always liked banda, like banda de viento, but I've always liked that old school shit, like that fucking, like, you know, like la costeña, like, you know,
Tino shit?
no, yeah. I've always kind of wanted to like play, like, I actually had gotten a charcheta for a little while.
Oh,
Yeah, it was funny because
Corazón norteño with charcheta.
Yeah. Hector Flores, un saludo para él. He had sold it to me, and then like a month or 2 later, he like, hey bro, you still got that charcheta laying around? Yeah.
He bought it back.
He bought it back. Yeah. Yeah. No, he wanted a discount. I'm like, nah.
Hey, you used it, bro.
It's called an investment.
But was it
financial advice?
Yeah.
Was it easy kind of pick it up, bro? Since you played the quinto, because it's pretty much the same thing.
Hell
right?
no,
Like,
man. I
tonos,
couldn't
no?
do shit, man.
No?
No,
Like you wouldn't
no.
like pitarle and kind of have that.
It was like,
Like, but I mean, I think like at one point when
He said
if,
no,
if
Tino.
you got that the embocadura like with the tonos,
bueno, con
probably would've picked it up.
los tonos, sí. Like if I would have like known the positions and stuff, pero I couldn't get it to make no noise, man. I couldn't do anything.
He's like,
man.
fucking thing is broken.
he sold me a broken one.
I even used my guitar pick.
Yeah.
You should have been like, hey, where do I put the reed at?
No, man, pero like mis respetos para los músicos de banda, man, o los tamborazos, man, sí les dan una buena chinga, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like hardcore, man,
Los veo desde las
hardcore.
pinches 2, 3 en un pinche rancho, and then you still see them at night. fucking
After
just
you're done
jamming out.
gigging.
Yeah, man, like, you know, as large as the las bandas son, and then like there's a lot of it's strict, right? You guys have to wear the uniforms. Like there's no like yeah, and like
You don't got a belt bump for the $50.
and let's be honest, man. You like norteños make good money in comparison, bro. Imagínate de 5, 6 guys in comparison to what 12, 13 on the low end. Yeah, no, yeah, está cabrón. Man.
No, imagínate la gente que paga las, 8 hours for banda. Y tú le dices, hey, it's going to be this much for 4 hours for el grupo. And they're like,
Fuck it.
I ain't gonna lie.
They leave you unread. And shit.
Yeah, you know what?
I
That's
ain't gonna lie, I get bored after 6. I'm like, fuck.
nah, dude, I can't do that, man. Bored shit. I'll be fucking exhausted, man. My back will be killing me, man. Pero también, like, you actually bring up a good point, man, con los clientes que hay grupos que tienen buenos clientes, bro. Tienen clientes billetudos, bro, that, like, que no se agüitan. And I think that kind of comes with the quality of work, right? Yeah. Like, if you have, I've been to some events, man, on el cliente, bro, like, de veras valen verga, bro.
I'm gonna be honest
like,
and say the only reason también they pushed me to back away from Tierra Caliente, the clientes were fucking cheap as shit.
Oh, man.
Bro. Siempre me
I believe it, man.
I'm like, bro, come on. Le digo, like, the band se ve bien. Like, no, que no sé qué. I'm like, bro.
I'll take a little bit more.
That kind of pushed me away more. Y ya cuando me metí en norteño con sax y vi cuánto ya me estaban pagando, I was like, oh, okay, aquí me quedo.
Oh, yeah,
You know, so
man.
it's a big
Yeah, there's
difference.
definitely
Yeah,
a huge
it's
difference
a big
with the
difference
clientele,
en
man.
El clientele. Now this clientele que me sigue, they're paying this man whatever I wanted to charge them, but they didn't want to pay me. I'm like, assholes, that's what you get.
No, y luego también cuando
There's a different tax bracket in norteño and fucking Tierra Caliente.
So,
Yeah.
that's what you get, boy.
te quieren regatear like $50, man. Like, you're throwing a $15,000 event and you want to hustle me with $50.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, just so you can say that you got one on me. I'm
Right.
like,
I mean, I think that's part of what I was saying in the last episode, bro. There's that point in the musicians when you're up there with the premium level. You know, like there's levels to this shit. You know, aunque no lo quieran acknowledge it. Like there's the cheaper musicians, the medianos, and then there's the premium ones. You know, and then
the top shelf.
I think everybody's goal is to get to that premium level where you're charging what you charge because. You know, you put the work in. You know, you struggled. You bought that expensive instrument. You know, you're not going in there with a beginner's instrument and you spend your time on lessons and hours of trying to master your
Más
craft.
que nada the practice, the time you put into practice.
Oh, yeah.
Luego se escucha cuando dices, you could be like bien vestido and sound like shit, and then you have the guys that show up like whatever.
They're going to high school.
Y these motherfuckers, they're jamming.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'd rather have that and be like, oh shit, these saucy ass dudes. Like, no, I don't care how they look like, but and they fucking sound legit.
Yeah.
They sound legit as hell.
Yeah.
That's what I want,
Yeah, it's funny how when you mentioned about the like the levels, like whenever I go into like comunidad de música, like you can see the levels in there, man. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, you
Shit,
You're charging that much for a whole weekend? Bro, shit.
It's real. I mean,
that we talk a lot of shit también entre nosotros. We're like, bro.
behind when the camera's off.
Yeah. You're like, bro, mira este compa lo que está haciendo. Like, bro,
Like,
get him off of there.
One rule that Chabelo has, and I always loved it, bro. Like, we're not gonna leave our families for $30. You know?
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna go waste our time, our gas for $30. Like, we're gonna go out there. If we're gonna go out there and leave our families behind at home, we're gonna go out there for a good amount. We're not. No vamos a ir a hacer de gratis y de dado. We're gonna make it worth it, and I think that should be everybody's goal, man.
No, yeah, and it's funny like when people kind of reach out to me, especially like through like Messenger, I cyberstalk them. I'm like, this guy. Hey, all right, we got a real one.
You're not the only one, man. Oh shit! This guy's had sex last week.
What does he
He's
drive?
got 2 horses.
Okay. He just bought a mamalona right now.
So you're gonna, but that's why you get a fucking cheap price, man.
Yeah, they got if
help me out. I just bought a truck,
If their profile picture if their profile picture has any dos de oro on it, you're gonna struggle.
Everybody
living in a past wage.
Those listening to this right now, they're like, change profile picture.
Everybody just changed their pictures.
Hold on, let me check on mine. What the fuck do I have?
Usted tiene la de ratón, primo.
Ahorita soy el hermano de ¿quién? Chivaldo.
De Ovidio.
Yeah, that's the worst, right? When you go to like an event and norteño con sax y te piden una canción like fuera del género.
Oh man,
you're like, what?
All the time, man.
Yeah.
¿No pueden tocar el columpio?
Bro, a mí una vez me salieron con la chingadera and I was fucking pissed as fuck and I was already fucking drunk. Agarra y me dice, un pinche guaracho sube, fucking spitting in the fucking face. I'm like, man, bro, we got COVID, back the fuck up. Y empieza, este tiene de grupo firme.
What the?
Le digo, ¿sí estás, yo le respondí, pero ¿sí estás escuchando lo que estamos tocando, verdad? Y dice, pero quiero una de firme. Bájate la chingada, bro. Like, for real, bájate la chingada. Like, and I told him, and then he grabbed my mic. And then, he grabbed the mic y se lo llevó y estaba cantando según él. Los guys lo acompañaron. I'm like, and then he's like, toma. I'm like, ¿por dónde lo agarraste? Y he's like, toma. Déjalo donde lo agarraste. Pues aquí. Pues ahí déjalo.
Yeah, that's the
Bro,
worst, man.
Bro, I was fucking pissed at that. The guys were like, hey, cálmate. I'm like, no.
You were drunk, weren't you? Yeah.
Talking about that, bro. What's the song that you have played that is not norteño? Like we have done it. Like I have song like Soy el más desgraciado del mundo y la culpa la tienes.
That isn't banda, ¿no?
No, that's
That
not
is in
norteño
banda.
song. But it's an original norteño song.
Pero
That's
la canta
Julio Preciado.
Julio Preciado.
Julio Preciado.
I've heard of
In
it.
his CD? Yeah, he plays.
but
I bought that CD in the flea market.
He don't listen to banda though.
no,
I mean,
but
he don't listen to music.
but
That's why.
that's
I heard it in podcast.
that's like we get asked for one out, and I mean I guess we kind of gotta play them, but there's some songs that we're like, no, bro.
Now, when we have some of the longer sets, we'll throw in like more like como un popurrí de como con acordeón. So we'll do something like Invasores. Yeah, we used to do back in the day. We used to do la de amigos, tú no. Yeah, we used to kind of throw that one in there, but just like strictly like norteño. No, this was with NZA. Con de corazón, we have a couple popurrís con pura acordeón. Or we'll do like
I gotta go to
fucking el centenario and shit. You know, like this. We actually let Giant sing it.
Here's the $1 million question. Which is the song that you hate the most to play? Do you sing, bro?
No,
You're not?
I can't, man.
Do you talk on the microphone, man?
No, not that way.
You got that voice, man. You got that voice.
No, I don't, bro. Ahorita porque me operaron, güey. Before estaba bien chillona. I've always wanted, yeah. Esa mujer me rompió el corazón.
Oh, I remember that song.
They used to be a jam, man.
That's about the only one that I could do, bro. I've always wanted to, man, but I've never worked up the courage, bro.
No?
Y es que entrando el tono is where I lose it. It's like the first 2 words. Like I'll be like, I'm like that guy. Empiézala, I'll follow you.
You're gonna make me sing.
Yeah. Yo te sigo.
That's true.
So what was the song you hate the most play, bro?
El columpio.
El columpio?
Yeah.
Why?
Me-
I love playing that shit.
Dude, you know,
Tabasco,
like in la comunidad de música, somebody said las mañanitas. I'm like, what the fuck?
Nah, like that one it depends on the tempo.
Yeah.
Because I think if we do like the faster one, I think that one's fine. To me, like I would 10 times prefer Abrazado de un Poste que el columpio.
Oh shit, yeah, that's a good song. Like,
Yeah, but for the most part, like
You're not a fan of me.
I think for musicians, las canciones que tienen como nomás pura primera y segunda, like those are like like you get bored or te quedas like you just stay like the same rhythm. Pero it's like the fun ones to play, los que tienen los menores, like it's got like a lot more of those cambios that keep you like in the moment. Those are probably the ones that are obviously more complicated, but yeah, you gotta pay attention, man. Like, if not, you miss it, you miss it.
Talk to me.
Yeah. Pero las canciones que like, ¿cómo es la que? There's one, I can't even think of the name of it. Que nomás está en do, es do and sol. That's it.
El sonidito.
No.
Every tamborazo song ever.
Are you the type of musician you can't talk while you play?
you know. Oh yeah.
Kind of, yeah. Like I have to think about it. And
Bro, I
when,
used to fuck with the Deriva guys, and now I'm doing it with these guys. They're like, I'm like, hey, esto, like, whatever. I'm like, talk to me, wait.
yeah. No, and get this. On top of that, I used to stutter a lot when I was younger. So I still have a stutter, especially like with like learning, English at a young age. Y luego también like my mind races 100 miles an hour. People always tell me that I talk super fast. Entonces like imagínate that y luego playing, I'll be like
Your stutter comes back.
He's fucking stuck.
You fucked me up again.
Imagine being like that, bro. Like always talking super fast and having talk on a mic. I had to like slow down a lot, bro. A lot. And that's one thing que sí le aprendí un chingo a Arturo. Like, bro, estás así. Like no se te entiende lo que estás diciendo. Slow down, bro. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Like you're going like, and then I'm like, what the?
No,
I used to do
yeah.
something. I usually do that when I get nervous. I'm like, fuck, everybody's looking at me. Like, what the fuck am I gonna say? And then one thing I cannot do is talking English on a mic in a party.
Oh, really?
I can't fucking do it. I do it all the time at work.
Same. I'm embarrassed. I'm like fucking embarrassed.
The quinceañera is having her.
You said that the last time.
Yeah.
It fucking gets me nervous, bro. And luego I'm like, fuck it, I'm changing to Spanish, bro. Fuck this. It's a quinceañera.
No, bro, we would talk. So I remember for a long time. This was when 6ix9ine used to be cool. We used to say Treyway.
What do you mean, you suistoles, man?
We used to say some dumbass shit, especially like in quinceañeras and stuff. Where like you got the like, little shorties. They'd be like, like acá en botas y todos en tejanadas, and we're like Treyway. Nah, with that we actually. We talk a lot of shit on the mic, man. Especially like in privadas and stuff, just like mess around with the crowd and stuff.
Dude, like yeah. I was saying like in privadas, luego they ask for like corridos, like the modern corridos, and they're like, you said, like, hey, we're playing different style here.
They're gonna come and ask for a corrido tumbado, like no digas más.
But I think that also comes back to the clientele, man. Like if you have a good solid clientele, like they know what they're signing up for. Yeah, you always got the one uncle and stuff that you gotta like deal with, man. But
yo me la canto, ustedes tocan.
Yeah,
Si no se la sabe, yo me la
yeah.
Échese hasta 2 si quieren. Man.
Turns around with like, you're doing great, bro. You're doing great. What are you fucking doing now?
No, yeah.
The boss to go up do it. You know, fuck it. You gotta face the crowd yourself.
Para que vean que no es fácil.
The tough thing for us though, man, is that we don't really have un set.
Yeah.
So nosotros llevamos y empezamos con una, dos o tres, and then we just feel the crowd out, man. And sometimes that gets a little frustrating because you're like, mientras uno está animando, we're like, ¿cuál, güey, cuál? You know, you're kind of trying to figure out and trying to like yeah, we do that, yeah. Yeah, we play la burra, we do this.
Hey, which is Joel's song?
Yeah.
La
Prieta Linda.
Yeah, we have our
Prieta Linda?
No.
We used to throw a crowd and be like,
Which one?
El Rey de Mil Coronas.
Oh.
Yeah, you have all those hand signals, man. And that's the cool thing about being on stage, man. Con puras miraditas, you kind of already know what the guys are feeling. Yeah, it's all hand signals, man.
Who picks the songs? And everybody picks it, or
so typically we have I like to call it como like you know how like the back catcher be like doing like the hand signals and stuff like that, or like the quarterback. We usually have somebody that does that. Depends en las privadas. I tend to do that. So what I do is I have the set list on my watch. And that's the cool thing about the iWatch. So yeah, so I don't know if I still have it.
This dude's talking to Zordon over here.
Yeah, so I have the set list. So what I did is I saved it as a picture and then I just put it on my watch. So this way I can track and I can feel the crowd. So if we go off and say, hey, let's throw this one in, I can bring us right back in. All right, and so this way, like when we're playing or cuando están animando, I'm already in the back, like, hey, you know, this song, este tono, and then I'll get us right back on schedule.
Do you always throw that one song that like you guys never practice? Oh, hey, let's practice, let's play this one. Yeah, salió más chingona.
The one that we never planned for, but always gets thrown in is finishing like some of the hits that we've had, like que nos han respondido like a lot, like El Taxista. As much as we try to keep it out of the set and probably don't even practice it. It always kind of comes back.
Yeah, I feel like that's a must for you.
Yeah. But then, you know, people always start talking and saying that all the groups que tocan las mismas, but then te piden las mismas, you know? So it's like...
That's your fucking fault.
Yeah.
For the same fucking song.
Yeah. But we try to mix it up, man. But it all depends on, like if feeling it, like if we're at a party and it's your people, you know, then you'll probably take the lead in switching up the songs or whatnot. And
yeah, that's badass, man.
We got the same guy.
No, there'll be times where like nobody's dancing. They'll play una slow one. I'm like, dude, come on, nobody's dancing these type of songs.
Yeah, so we have
those are complete buzzkills.
Yeah.
So we have like the guide y luego pues también pues nos tenemos que llevar de cómo se siente el vocalista, because you know there's times where you know you're not warmed up there. Well, you guys know, right?
Yeah. The first song.
Nah.
Pero que sean dos, por favor.
Los que llaman las canciones tienen que aprender que...
I can hear you.
Yeah, get on the mic.
Los que tienen las canciones tienen que aprender que you can't throw them high-ass songs in the first song, man.
What are your thoughts about tablets or using the phones?
I use my phone.
I use mine.
Dicen allá por ahí,
I can't
cantante moderno.
Cantante moderno.
Bro, I have it on stage all the time. I'm not always looking at it. I use it more for cuando me piden canciones que I don't fucking know at all.
Porno while I'm singing.
Like these guys have a thing that like we charge what we charge and we're gonna play what the customer wants.
Yeah.
If we could. Pero si no la tenemos, like de plano pide una de Natanael, we're like, no, we don't fucking got that shit. But like there's times que sí piden una de Grupo Firme, you're like, I don't even know what the fuck song is it.
Yeah, there'll be times like, hey, I heard it. I think I can sing it. Look it up.
Yeah.
But for me, like, estoy bien burro para aprenderme las canciones. That's me, though.
That's the hardest part about being a singer.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know how you guys do
Hey,
that,
I can sing segunda voz all day without, you know, memorizing the song. But like when it comes for me singing first, I'm like,
I never used it with Adrenalina, and with these guys now, because it's a whole different genre, I have to now. So I guess I have to get used to it. Para que ya me lo
I don't even
My
remember.
goal is to take it off.
I don't even remember the name of the songs. Let alone, that's why I can never be a singer, man.
Yo soy ritmos. Like as soon as I hear it, like, oh, okay, I got it. Pero if like si me dices el nombre, I'll be like, oh,
how does it go? ¿Cómo va?
¿Cómo va?
¿Qué tono?
you sound like Piggy, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's me as fuck. We're gonna play this one. How does that go?
Dude, we played it last week. How does it go again?
Yeah, well, and then they just give me a little bit of all right, let's go.
I think it's funny how like the people kind of comment about that, like like singers having.
There's a lot of
talents and
people
stuff
that
that,
are
and,
The big artists do it. They have, but
Yeah.
people just don't see it. They have those big ass monitors with the letras.
like the
you know,
karaoke.
the
ass
teleprompters.
ones.
Intocable does it.
Yeah, a
They
lot
have
of them.
them,
A
you
lot of
know?
them do it, and I think that's the big like the way that people compare music. And you mentioned like Nathanael, like that's a different type of music, man. I know they're kind of comparing him, but the big joke is he's replacing Vicente Fernandez.
Damn.
Hey, to me, like that frustrates me. Like when people like talk down like on Nathanael Cano or that type of music, and it's like it's comparing apples and oranges.
Right.
It's a completely different genre, man.
It's different, but
Yeah, but that music, like my kids like listen to that, like
Really?
So my wife's Puerto Rican.
Oh, shit.
So
Ahí
like
la
so
encanto, bro.
I got a whole she hates it when people do that, by the way.
So shut the fuck up.
I told them before it started not to do that.
It's cool. I'm from Humboldt Park,
Hey,
man.
so
It's cool.
is she into like buy something?
Oh yeah, she's a huge Intocable fan. She'll tell me straight
Hey, you went
up.
to the
like,
concert or what?
I went to the previous one. Actually, I went with Ricky before the pandemic. No, don't even put it out there because she doesn't know they're here.
coming.
No, but like my nephews on my wife's side, they listen to that type of tumbao music and stuff. Yeah, they know Nathaniel Cano. They know yeah, man. So that's like
Junior H. Like,
yeah, my son
listens
my
to
son
that
listens
too.
to that
What?
stuff. Like, he doesn't
Exactly.
understand
I'm like,
what
who
they're
the fuck is
saying, but like you have to kind of give credit to those type of artists that have been able to break past those genres, man. To have fucking Bad Bunny say, "Hey, I want to do a remix with you," like that's badass. And I think that you have to be open to that type of music because I think that's going to influence what we
That's
have.
the future, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a lot of traditionalists que dicen, que la música, like, they like that old school norteño, or like, you have to follow this classic look, and I think it changes.
It sucks just to think about it that we're not gonna have like another Vicente Fernandez, another Antonio Aguilar, otro, Joan Sebastian.
Christian Nodal is up there, man.
Oh yeah, Christian. I
Christian
mean,
Nodal is gonna be
I
one
think
of those.
we still have Marco Antonio Solís.
Yeah.
For a while.
pero tener otro like another one.
Yeah.
Like from now.
Nah, ahorita ya no.
I mean, Cristian Nodal is I think is an artist that's new school, right? He's got a lot of the traditional qualities, but todavía he's still
finding his sound.
But I think that he's still kind of breaking the norm because of his look, his style, his swag, the tattoos.
He's modern,
his stage presence. I think it's pretty badass.
He came out super paisa at first, and then
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing that drives my wife crazy, like about like our Mexican culture. She's like, why does everybody have to look exactly the same? No, like los trajes and stuff like that. Is like everybody has to like. Siempre nos conformamos a estas reglas que siempre tienen que estar. But like, when it comes to like, I would use her as a sounding board and say, hey, what do you think about this? Right. She'd be like, nah, it's too paisa.
I think we're in an age donde I think we're gonna be able to break that barrier with our kids. I mean,
like the like you're saying, like why is everybody dressed the same? I think like you were saying, Primavera kind of broke that barrier. You know, they don't wear tejanas. Mm-mm. And you know like their music hits though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Big time.
So
Yeah.
I feel like this generation like our kids, like nosotros ya, we can accept it because obviously we're seeing it. It's here, fuck it. Pero like trying to like ¿cómo se dirá? Trying to evolve out of it and accept it tendrá que ser parte de nosotros ya.
Oh yeah.
Like, us, because like obviously our parents are older. They're gonna pass y se va a olvidar eso. And try to keep it traditional. We're not gonna be able to because of these new generation musicians.
Yeah.
Just
van a venir cambiando el estilo.
Just like your primo saying that LeBron is the best basketball ever.
Fuck out of here. There's never gonna be an
That's your
NBA.
compadre.
Yeah. But I think that the industry está muy atrasado. Especially like in comparison to like the American market. Y luego también like the radio stations, like the radio stations are garbage.
Yeah.
And they keep playing to an audience that's gonna keep listening, and they're catering to that audience. Pero si les tocas música más moderna, más reciente, they're gonna keep listening. and that's where you're gonna get your hits from. And like right now, in comparison to like American radio stations, the top 40, like you put on La Ley, you put on whatever they're called nowadays, they're always gonna play you the same old songs, and they're not giving opportunity to groups, especially like in norteño sax. Like they always think norteño sax is this type of genre, pero within norteño sax, there's different genres within it.
Right.
That's completely different. It's got
yeah.
a lot of really, really good music.
Yeah.
And right now, I think that the industry, I mean, let's be honest, it's run by Cubanos, like, right?
What do they know about us?
Yeah, and they always try to paint us all the same. Like you go to Apple Music, like you go straight regional Mexican.
That's it.
And they got everything
Everybody's
all in there, you know. And I think that's what's tough, and that's what we need to get past, man. We need to be able to really. Mexico is a huge country atop of a lot of different music, and I think that we really need to stand out a lot more. When I tell people that I play in a band, oh, you play mariachi music?
Oh man,
I hate that. That's like the
Mariachi.
So how do you explain it when you say that you're in a band? What type of band are you in?
I just shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'm a mariachi motherfucker.
I
tell him I'm in a big band, bro. Kind of like a jazz band, I guess you could say.
You call it a jazz band?
Well, I mean, it's like big band, yeah. I mean,
I compare it to like a jazz band because we got the brasses and also. But yeah, I always get the first thing. You're in a mariachi. You know mariachi, like you wear a big hat, like you wear the traditional stuff, like yeah, whatever.
I get the same thing.
What about you, Pig? What do you say?
I say I play Mexican country music.
Yeah, that's what I say. What about you? Celso, what do you say?
I just I'm a mariachi.
I say it's like country rock.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we wear the boots. Fucking motherfuckers always talking about their trucks and fucking drinking.
You ever heard that song, Friends in Low Places? That's what we do.
Cooler.
Yeah. With a saxophone.
No, I think like us as musicians, like our parents or the generation before us, they didn't look or talk like us as musicians. Like we Americanized the fuck out of the scene, and it's only gonna get more Americanized, which is good. You know, we get to switch it out. You know, and kind of going back to you, you know, back in NZA, que tenían sus intros, like you guys were mixing some of the new shit, you know, with, you know, the style que tienen.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, like, we just got to keep doing. Because, you know, like you said, you know, outside Chicago, todos son más indios out there and shit. Compare
872.
Compared to us over here, you know, like, for me to find a musician that doesn't speak English is fucking weird.
Yeah. No,
Compared to before.
No, and it's tough, man, porque también, like, you have to kind of find a way to modernize that. Ahorita, like, a lot of the newer groups that are playing, like, more like los corridos, I don't even know what they're called nowadays, like corridos verdes or like the tumbao, like, you know, someone like, I'm thinking kind of one of the guys that from Hanover Park, Los Vagos de HP.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, those guys, secta, like, those guys are fucking badass, man. You know, they still keep that essence. Esa esencia mexicana, but they're breaking the rules
With their own touch.
Right.
Yeah, you know, that's fucking badass, man.
I really follow Secta. I'm a big fan of Secta because of the same reason. They're traditional, but their look, their image is they're breaking boundaries. You don't see them like traditional band que va a tocar what they play, because they play badass. ¿Cómo se llama? The traditional corrido.
Yeah.
You know, so
Vanguardia.
Right.
Like
I'm
those
more of a
guys.
Cisco guy.
Cisma is another group too, man. Yeah, but like like voy a lo mismo that they still have that Mexican music, and you know that they're like what they're bringing to the game, but it's completely different, man. I think that we need to see more of that.
Yeah. I seriously thought that Ramgense was gonna change the game.
Shut the fuck up.
A ver, explícame.
You never heard Rapgense?
No. Oh, Rapgense? No.
That was like 2006, 2005.
No.
It was like
I gotta put you on it, man.
The only one I know is El de los Rasos. Did he do rap for a while? No. Yeah, he's got a couple rap songs. Yeah, it's like
I remember Los Rasos like did a diss track for Duranguense, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's funny.
I gotta put you on it.
Rapgense was a local Duranguense rapping guy.
No, is that like it reminds me? It reminds me like a Crudos a little bit.
It says 15 years ago.
Shit. Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like
This is
that.
old.
Oh, that's
We can't play anymore because then we're gonna get blocked.
Kind of like when Capaz try to do the
With
rap
Quinto
one.
Sword.
Yeah, kind of that shit.
Oh, well, I went to school with Tutti from
that's right.
he was Braceros. I was thinking Capaz.
We're gonna have him on, by the way.
Yeah. I actually
He's
went
from
to
Guerrero, huh?
I went to grammar school with him.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah.
He's half
Yeah.
Puerto Rican. I mean,
Yeah,
no?
he's half Puerto Rican, man. And I think that we used to hang out a lot too because I think either somebody he knew owned or worked at that Golden Nugget right there on Pulaski University.
Oh yeah, Banda Cielos.
Yeah.
Because he.
The one you knocked the thing down?
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna look it up on the Street View right now. Yeah, no. He's like when we were playing in Banda Cielos, me and Faustino, he was in Banda Villanueva.
Oh yeah, Villanueva. I remember the Villanueva. Yeah.
Like dude, we used to look up to them because they had the barbitas too, the little chaleco.
Yeah.
That was the goal, bro.
Yeah,
that was our goal.
Oh yeah, man. For us, it used to be well, for me anyways, Canarios, man. We used to be Canarios groupies, bro. And then we used to hang out with some guys que se llamaban los Guerreros del Amor. They were like they were like gruperos. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, the Temas Calapas? Yeah. No shit. Oh, yeah. You're right.
Oh really? Yeah.
También estaba antes, se llamaba
town.
Galán. No, pues un pueblito, pues hay que llamar lo que es.
Yeah, I remember like, you know what? I just remember eran los bailes de Amialco Guerrero.
Oh yeah.
Those are the ones where we used to hang out,
I'm
man.
not from Algo Nego.
Yeah, them bailes were the shit, man.
Yeah, we have a lot of following from there. Like, us three, I'm married to, ¿cómo se llama? A girl from Teosizapan, which is like the pueblo de él.
I was born there. No.
The pueblos are like really close. Temascalapa, and then Teosizapan, and then I know a lot of people from Amialco. So
Oh,
they're all
okay.
there.
Y
Yeah.
luego el Potrero
And
también.
then Potrero,
No.
and then they're all there. So that's why.
It's
like
like
you
Melrose
gotta-
Park, Stone Park.
You gotta pay a toll to
they're
go
all
from.
Yeah, so that's kind of similarly how we're stacked up with some of the musicians like Cazadores and Reino and stuff like that. Like all those guys viene siendo like the close towns that are like right in the same area.
That's fucking dope.
That's badass, man.
Bueno, qué plática, Cisco. Bueno, any last words, bro?
I feel like we only scratched the surface.
Right?
No, we got to do a part 2 with Ricky
Yeah,
one of these
man.
days.
Yeah.
No, but
yeah, we're gonna bring.
The NCA.
Yeah, we gotta bring the NCA
Oh
team.
man, yeah. No, if you bring Ricky in here, bro, like me, it's funny, man, because like me and Ricky used to go at it a lot. Es medio cargado Ricky, man.
Oh hell yeah!
Pero también like me, like I'll be serious. Y luego, like when they used to roast me, like I would kind of stay quiet, and then he would think that I would be mad at him, so he would always apologize afterwards. But man, that guy can roast you for years, though. No, man, but I appreciate the time, man. You know, like I said, I've been a big fan. You know, I followed you guys, you know, in your music careers, and I've always, you know, considered you guys, you know, colegas in the industry, and big fan of your podcast, man. Believe it or not,
Thank you, man.
I watch it both on. I watch it on YouTube and I listen to it while I'm at work. So I appreciate the time. I appreciate you guys having me on here, man. And again, I'm kind of looking forward to continuing on y vernos en el camino. You know, we're gonna be out there and
Likewise.
in the scene and stuff, and looking forward to what you guys are gonna continue to produce out of here, man. So you guys are doing an awesome job. Like I said, neta, like I really like the representation. Especially like Tierra Caliente, man, tenemos buenos músicos, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then when it comes to like
that's what we're
lo que
trying
viene
to do,
siendo Michoacan y Guerrero, like they say that a lot of the best like string instrument players, you know, vienen de Tierra Caliente, and it's kind of nice to kind of see us kind of get into the mix with everybody else.
right.
Aquí en Chicago se escucha mucho duranguense, banda, you know, Zacatecas and stuff, man. Pero like, you know, like
We're there. Estamos ahí encajados.
yeah. It's
Nos ven.
we're getting to the forefront, you know, like.
I think that's one of the things, bro, that I was saying earlier. We're trying to get to that premium level. Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
feel
yeah. We're top shelf, bro.
We're trying to get to that level. We're trying to get like noticed, like, you know, not like the Guerrero, the whole Tierra Caliente area. You know, Estado de Mexico, Michoacan, Guerrero, Oaxaca. You know, there's a lot of Oaxaca músicos out there now. Like, it's crazy, bro. How like I don't know if you know this, but a lot of Oaxaca músicos are going to Sinaloa and to Zacatecas and putting their stamp on their music, bro, which is fucking badass.
I think the big thing for me is cuando te pregunta que de dónde eres, we used to hesitate. We're like, well, well, we're kind of like you had to kind of work up the pronunciation.
Oh, you did too.
And I'm like, nah, man, I'm from Michigan State. Puro tiquicheo.
I mean,
Do you get a lot of kickback when they say, hey, half of us is from Michoacan?
For me, yeah, because when I got brought into the scene, bro, yo me la pasaba en el Noa Noa, y like I was like, we used to go out into the nightlife a lot in that time con mucha gente de Guanajuato. So like a lot of like like when you hang around with people, you pick up like little accents or you pick up like little things that So for me, era puro de Guanajuato. So when I got into the music scene, like a lot of people didn't know that I was from Michoacan. So when I would tell them like, oh, soy Michoacan or whatnot, and they'll be like, oh, for real, like I would have never thought that. And then where are you from? Well,
It's complicated.
do you know where Morelia is? Ahí no, más para abajo.
Oh, shit.
I would like, especially like again, like I would always fear the stuttering, and then for me to say like these hard names to pronounce, yeah, man, sí le pensaba, bro. Yeah, sí le pensaba.
Like, even pueblos de ahí de cerca de mí, del pueblo donde soy yo, it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
And I hear him pronounce it like nothing. I'm like, how the fuck you do that, bro?
Pinches
Like,
names sound like a balacera.
And then you have to work your way backwards. Like nosotros somos de San Pedro, que está a un lado de Limón de Romero de Papatzingán, y ahí antes de llegar a Tiquicheo, antes de llegar a Tierra Caliente, cerca de Huetamo. Oh, I got you. And you're like,
whole Google Maps.
well, like,
Am I the only one that does it? That when you're at a certain party and la gente son de un town, right? And they tell you the town, and like from like, you start googling map like when it's at rancho, you're like, oh shit, it's that. I just start blabbing random names around the town. You know what? Nobody does that.
yeah.
I do that all the time, bro. Because I'm like, fuck, it's kind of
Dude, I grew up knowing by name more ranchos out of Durango than I did out of my home state of Michoacan.
That's me right now. I had to learn a bunch of
Because like with me,
names.
like being around Jilguerillos all the time, people would think that I was from Durango. And I'm like, nah, dude.
These guys would show up and be like, él es Cochito. Like, they were Cochito. Like,
Proud look, it's our
ese
prize.
Guerrero ya. They go, sí.
Joel does
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Hey, Misa,
Ese Guerrero.
they're from Guerrero.
They're like amazed and shit. And they'll come up and like, oh, ese Guerrero? Sí. Okay. Walk away. All right.
A los vemos.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Anyway. Bueno, Cisco, gracias por venir, bro. Muchas gracias. Te deseamos lo mejor. Éxitos con de corazón, bro. Y
Thank
pues,
you, man. Thank you.
I can't wait to hear el proyecto que dice que quieres grabar, bro. I want to hear it, bro. I want to fucking hear it, and better believe I'm going to be the first one to hear it.
No, definitely, man. I appreciate it, bro. And yeah, we got more coming. Te digo, right now we're gonna kick it off a little bit slow, man. But we got we got to keep pushing it forward, man. And
Hell
hopefully, bring the guys back, man. And again, I appreciate the invite, guys. Thank you.
Cool.
No,
Social
thanks for
media?
coming,
Your
man.
social media?
Yeah, social media. So you can find us. Tenemos página ahí de Corazón Norteño. We have one of those like pages. Francisco Aguilar. You guys want to send me a friend request? I can really use it. I don't have any friends anymore.
He's trying to build up his.
I've lost a lot of friends since my NZA days. Nah, no te creas.
You're not famous anymore.
Yeah. We have an Instagram out there también de Corazón Norteño. We don't have a band YouTube, but you guys are more than welcome to go to my YouTube channel where I upload a lot of the videos. Cisco Kid 70 on YouTube. I got videos from the way back in the day from Jilguerillos. A lot of cool stuff on there that I used to. I used to be pretty big. Man, I used to be out there with my little flip phone camera and stuff, posting up. I was like one of the original YouTubers back in 08. Yeah. A lot of static, man. But we got
Super Mario, all pixelated.
We did when we did the La Cuarentena Norteña, whatever. Yeah, so I post a lot of those videos on my page. I might end up changing the name of the group, but you guys can check out those videos too with Cisco Kid 70 right here. Edit it.
That's for Celso, Mr. Video. He's like, I can't do that.
Yeah, yeah. So again, for we're gonna start opening up the agenda. So if you guys are interested in any music locally, hit us up.
Some good norteño
2022.
con sax. Hit them up.
Hit 'em up.
You can find them on social media. You could hear their music on YouTube.
Spotify, Apple Music, all
You know,
that shit. Listen to
they have it all out there. Any last words, Piggy?
No, Cisco, thank you. This is you're a guest that we've been talking about trying to bring on for a while. Y pues ya se hizo like the story was still way too short. I know there's still a shit
I guess you
ton
could
that
say this
tell
is the
us.
season premiere, no?
Oh, is
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, holy
Primo
cow.
doesn't want to call it a season.
Yeah, that is.
First year.
Year. Nah, again, thank you. You know, and I hope to be jamming on stage with you guys soon,
Yeah,
man.
definitely,
Fucking
man. Yeah,
se extraña,
definitely.
man.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Gracias por venir, and hopefully your kids could follow your tracks, man. Cause
Yeah.
I got 4 boys, and
I'm gonna get them out there, man.
I got
Todos son
4
raperos.
Yeah, no, I got 4 boys, and I think like I see one que sí le quiere, you know, la música. Yeah, but it's a great inspiration, and it's like when you see your kids, you know, playing the instrument that you play or doing something that
Yeah,
you do.
you know what? I definitely want to show them behind the scenes of what's. I've taken them to DLS. I've taken them to photo shoots con Aguacate. You know, today they got out a little bit late from school, but I like showing them behind the scenes and really get them going. And it's a good thing when you can incorporate the family, man. So
Yeah.
definitely something for
It's
you
like,
guys to look
you know, so
forward
they
to.
can see that, you know, it's
See,
not.
I'm not dicking around. I'm
Yeah,
really working.
It's not what.
Que su jefe no vale verga.
Well, not that, but también que sepan, like, hey, it's not about work, 40 hours a week, but it's also, hey, this is our little, you know, side hustle that we have fun, you know?
Definitely.
This is what I do to get away from you guys.
This is the reason I miss your birthdays.
Anyway. Bueno, señoras y señores, muchas gracias por vernos. Ahí saludazos para todos y cada uno de ustedes. Nosotros somos los Calentanos Podcast.
Piggy's gay.